Alright, let's get started. Let's get started. Hello, Shino the Penguin back at you with another stream. Welcome to Euro Truck Simulator. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I guess I am now. Okay. Something in my throat. Okay, now we're good. Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to another stream. Gonna do some Euro Truck. Gonna do some talking. Gonna do some reminiscing. It's been quite the weekend for me. So yeah, there's not too much otherwise, so I mean, we might as well just get into it. I also got a new playlist, which is pretty nice. Not the exact vibe I was looking for, but then I thought about it and I was like, maybe cafe isn't really the greatest vibe for that. So I switched over to something a bit more chill, something with less lyrics, which I think should help. So hopefully that should be good, but we'll play it by ear. We'll see how this playlist is. Based on the few songs that I've listened to, it seems pretty decent. Pretty good background music, so I think we found the right one, and it's pretty long too, so it's should be good enough for us for these long-ish playlists, for these long-ish streams. So yeah, we'll get into it. I think last time we were on our way to Italy. I think I was kind of gave up after a little bit. So we'll drive to Italy. I think my plan actually is we've explored quite a bit of Greece last time. I kind of want to get towards France and Spain, like this area, because I haven't even touched any of these parts yet. Like I've not even touched like Spain or any of like kind of Western France here. So I'd definitely love to go there. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could go up here too, kind of where Russia. I want to say that's Finland. I could be wrong. I apologize, but maybe that's another way we can go. But for now, I'm just gonna finish this job, and then we'll go from there. Probably go more west. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. All right, time to slowly accelerate ourselves through this road. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Sunday. It is. Gosh. Oh my God, that car went so fast. I'm also going very slow, so that's not helpful. But yeah, no, this weekend was pretty, I don't want to say eventful, but I did try to get out of the house. You know, that was kind of a thing that I've been trying to do more often, especially now that the weather's getting nicer. I'm like, I might as well just kind of take advantage of the nice weather while it's not too hot. You know, it's weather update, by the way. It's perfectly perfect. The weather has been very beautiful. Right in that lovely degree of like kind of high 60s, low 70s for a high, which is, for those of y'all in the not US, I think that's like 20 degrees, which is, I don't know, whatever y'all consider like very good weather. Yeah, whatever you consider good weather, that's probably what I'm thinking of in terms of that temperature range. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I spent some time. As you may or may not know, and as I may have said a lot, Chicago has a lot of these sort of festivals, which is pretty nice. Like during the summers, there's like a lot of outdoor stuff. There's like food festivals. There's other types of festivals. The one I went to yesterday was one called Midsommar Fest, which, if you know the movie Midsommar, it's that horror movie about the group of people who go to this like village of like Swedish people, and it's like a cult thing, and like they all get horribly, brutally killed in many ways. So I mean that was honestly my first thought when I saw Midsommar. I think that's because I think that just means, and correct me if I'm wrong, Swedish people, but I'm pretty sure that just means midsummer. I mean, that sounds like midsummer, so I mean, it makes sense too, Midsummer Festival, though it's technically not summer yet. But not the most apt naming, but I mean, I can kind of see where they're going with it. But no, it was fun. It was, I didn't stay for too long because honestly, it wasn't really that much. Well, no, it was, here's the thing with those festivals. With the festivals, they're all kind of the same, like, food stalls. Well, not really same food stalls, but same like vendors, same. Oh, I need to go that way. Wait a second. Oh, I need to go. This is not the correct way. I'm stuck forever. Can I go this way? Let's find out. If we can, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm going to be so sad. Yes, I can go this way. Thank the Lord. And I don't have to pay my toll. Suckers. Anyway, nah, but I mean, yeah, let me be honest. Like most of the festivals are just honestly copy and paste, cookie cutter. There are a few special exceptions. I mean, Midsommar was one of those few exceptions. I went to a lot of festivals last year, my first summer here in the city, and let me tell you, a lot of them are pretty similar. So I've learned that the majority of them are probably not worth going to. It's more anything just to kind of explore the neighborhoods and stuff, just kind of walk around, because I did go to that one I did went to, Midsummer Fest, was not technically in my neighborhood. I had to take the train up a little bit, over in good old Andersonville, but it's nice. It's a nice neighborhood. I did enjoy it. I actually really loved it. The only downside, and I guess the only reason why I'm not living there right now, is it's just way too far north, and the commute down to anywhere to the loop, which would be pretty much where most of the jobs would be hell. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. So instead, I decided to move a little bit more. Oh my god, what's with the traffic? Decided to move a little bit more closer to the neighborhood that's called Hello. It's called Hello. Oh, that's what happening. That's what happening. There is a border checkpoint because we're heading over to No, wait, we are in North Macedonia. We're heading over to Serbia. That looks like the flag. Anyway. Yeah, so Midsommar Fest, went there, stopped by, checked out the neighborhood. There was a tea shop that I stopped by, and I was like, ooh, tea, you know, and they have boba, obviously, so it's like, hell yeah, I'll try it out. I always like wow, those words. I like trying new places. Man, I'm not gonna lie though, their boba, oh my god, it was the sweetest boba I've ever had in my life. And I'm like normally not one to complain about, oh, this drink is too sweet. Like I like my desserts, don't get me wrong. What did I get damaged by? What? Trailer damage. Baloney. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, no, usually I'm like, oh yeah, you know, people like to complain about, oh, this boba's too sweet, like, or the tea's too sweet or something, and I'm like, usually I'm like, no, I kind of like it on the sweeter side. Like, if I want to get actual like tea, I might as well just, I wouldn't get boba if I wanted tea, I would get like actual tea. But no, the drink they gave me was literally, I'm not even gonna lie, it was literally just sugar. I mean, technically, sure, I got the brown sugar boba, okay, that's, I guess, that is a little bit to do with it. But, like, usually when I get brown sugar boba, it's not cloyingly sweet. But my god, it was just literally, the first sip I took, I was like, oh my god, that is actually just sugar. So that was not... What trailer damage? What am I hitting? I don't know what I'm hitting. I guess that's RIP. Well, there goes my bonus. Whatever. Yeah, so I drank it and I was like, man, this is just way too much for me. I mean, I still finished it because obviously I paid like a lot of money for it, but like, oh boy, it was not great. It was the only boba I've ever had where I said I had the complaint that it was too sweet, which is impressive coming from, like I said, the guy who doesn't really consider those types of drinks to really be something that I would complain as too sweet, you know? Always like, oh, they're like, oh, this is no sweetness, or oh, this is good. Like, I've never had that complaint of, oh, it's too sweet. Can't really... well, I did finish it anyway. It's like, not like I can't finish it, but I was close. I had my water bottle, I was legitimately thinking of diluting it, but then that probably wouldn't have helped either, so I'm glad I didn't. That probably just would have made it way worse. But yeah, got the boba, walked around. It was a nice... It was your standard, you know, if you're not familiar with the festivals, it's like they have like a whole bunch of stalls of either like vendors or art, like people, there's like all sorts of vendors, like artists, there's like people selling like their, like, I guess, jewelry and all that stuff, and like, clothes and all that, and like prints and whatever. Think of like kind of, and I don't know why I'm putting it this way, but like artist alleys for like conventions, it's kind of like that, except not as focused on art, more focused on just like general goods. There were a few companies, one which I will not name, who I did see actually last week at the last 2 weeks ago or last week, at the Greek Fest I went to, which I don't know, did I ever talk about that? I think I did talk about the Greek Festival that I went to. That was pretty whatever. and I overpaid for some euros for that, so that was pretty unfortunate and big sad. Yeah, wait, I don't think I ever talked about it technically because I had the Deltarune stream that day, and then the next day I had the race collab with Fall Guys. So I never really talked about last week either. So, oh yeah, last week. Same thing, went to a festival. I went to what was called Greek Fest, something like that. It was alright. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. There were barely any stalls. There was like one music stage, which I guess was pretty nice. There was like a huge food area, which was pretty convenient, but also, my god, I mean, to be fair, most of the food stalls in those areas, festivals are way too expensive. But man, I was not expecting, like, I paid like, I think like $14, $15 for my like, like styrofoam container of euros, and I was like, oh, this still seems like it might be a good deal, only to, get my box, lift it, and be like, this is a lot less than I thought I was going to get. I mean, it was still good, don't get me wrong, but my god, the portion size was absolutely abysmal. Should have paid like half that amount, honestly, and I probably would have been fine with it, but instead I've just paid like so much more, and I was like, well, guess I'm gonna get something else. So I ended up walking to, I think I mentioned it before, there was that fried chicken sandwich place that I wanted to go to that I was interested in, and I was around that area anyway, so I was like, I might as well go. And so I went there and got some chicken sammies, and they were pretty damn good. Not gonna lie, would go again for sure. They had a hot honey sandwich that I really enjoyed too. It was very, very good stuff. So that was last weekend at least, and then yeah, right after that I got some boba, and then I headed over to here to enjoy my food, and then I was in the right mood for some Deltarune, and then that's how we ended up with the 10-hour stream last week. Q this week, kind of the same thing. I went over to the festival, did the thing, walked around, didn't buy much except for the boba, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm good. And then, so I mentioned before, right, like I've been growing out my hair, like it's been like almost 3 months since I've had a haircut, which is like way longer than I usually go. The max I usually go is like every 2 months or so. But the thing is that the usual place I go to for a haircut is raised its price to something that was already expensive into something that's obscenely expensive. But also too, like even if I was fine with that, like the guy I usually go to is booked up until like next month. So I'm like, well, that's a whole bunch of rip. So I guess I'll just find somewhere else. And so I was looking at advice, and I was like, well, one of the biggest problems I've had living here is that I can't trust people's recommendations when it comes to haircuts, because a lot of the people who are recommending it, i.e. places like Reddit, as you may not know, Reddit is majority white males. So, and like the thing about that is that they have a different hair style, pattern, whatever, like the consistency than us Asian people. So I tried going to a place that was recommended. The worst haircut I ever got in my life. It was so uneven. I had to like recut it myself just to make it look presentable. And so I got recommendations from like one of my Asian coworkers, and that's how I found the place I went to. But I looked again at I looked at recommendations again, and I was like, well, let me see if there's any other places that have been recommended. And like one of the things I noticed, or one of the kind of maybe good advice, but one of the things I saw was that why not just go to, because we have a Chinatown here, right? So it's like, well, they're deal with a lot of Asian clients. Why not find like a reputable-ish place there and then go and get your haircut there? And so I looked around, saw one that had okay-ish reviews, because some of the ones had like pretty bad. Like, don't get me wrong, Google Map reviews, Google reviews aren't that trustworthy, but it is kind of a good barometer to kind of start. And so seeing places that had like 3.5 stars, 3.2 stars, and I'm like, I don't know about that one, chief. I found one that was like, what, 4.2 stars, and I was like, that's probably good enough. Read the reviews, seemed decent enough, and I was like, okay, cool, I might as well stop by. And the reviews mentioned, oh, I just came in for a walk-in, and they immediately scheduled me. And so I was like, shoot, I might do that if I'm in the mood. So I think I was heading back from the festival. I was like, well, I still have time until the Deltarune thing I mentioned I was going to do on Twitter. Like I said, oh, I'm going to probably start at 2 or 3 p.m., just a heads up. And it was like 1 p.m.-ish, and so I was like, yeah, sure, that's enough time. I'll head down over there. So I took the train down to Chinatown. Horrible timing, by the way, because there was a Cubs game. So I had to squeeze in a train to get up north because that train passes along the stop that is right next to Wrigley Field. And so I was just, and luckily I didn't have to ride for too long until all the people left there. But yeah, that for the few stops that I did, it was just absolute chaos. So many people all trying to get to the game. It was not fun, and that was just poor timing on my end to get to the festival. But then I kind of also remembered that there was a whole, the No Kings protest that was happening, the protests that were happening downtown, which luckily that didn't affect me getting to Chinatown. But when I got back from Chinatown and to my place, it was the most crowded train I have ever been on my life. There's like 3 downtown stops. The first 2 were fine. It's like there was nobody on. The second, or like the last downtown stop, there were like 5 rows of people waiting for the train. And then like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. And so we had to like pack like sardines. Okay, well, that's your fault. We had to pack like sardines to actually get in. Like, luckily I was seated because the Chinatown stops are before the downtown stops, and so I was able to get a seat. But yeah, no, for the rest of that trip, I was just absolutely, it was just absolute, like, I had to squeeze my shoulders because, like, I was sitting in one of the, like, seats that, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the, it's not like the 2 per seat or whatever. It's like a row full of seats. And so I was sitting in one of them, and then like these 2 ladies were like sitting like kind of next to me, and I was trying because I have pretty broad shoulders, so it's kind of like I like kind of do get into the other, I guess, seats. So I have to like squeeze myself in just so I don't like like, I guess, don't touch them too much, for lack of a better term. That was not fun, but luckily at least I was sitting. I cannot imagine how bad it would be if I was standing. That would have been so much worse. And it was still crowded up to the point where I had to get out, and so I had to squeeze through so many people just to get out as well. And my god, it was so nice breathing the fresh air after being squeezed there for the train ride that was. But anyway, that was the train. No, but yeah, I went to Chinatown, got a haircut, so I finally feel like a new person. No, it's nice. It's nice not having the hair get in the way of stuff, because I do cut it pretty dang short, so I'll be good for another month or so. And who knows, maybe I might go back to my old place. But honestly, I like the place I went to. The guy was pretty nice. He was pretty detailed. He like asked me like, oh, is this okay? And like he like was making sure everything was good, getting a lot of details, being very thorough with everything, which I really appreciated. But while also being pretty quick about it too. It's like, there's a lot of places that just, like they just kind of try and get through you as quick as possible, and it's like, okay, you're done, bye. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, that felt like it was just kind of being rushed. But this place was nice, it's just, and the other nice part too is that like I said, I went in there, just like the review said, like I went in there without any appointment, and they were able to schedule me pretty like they were, oh no, they were able to schedule me like literally right there. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, are you available now? I'm like, yeah. I was like, okay, great. Come sit down. It's like, okay, sure, cool. So that was, oh, I didn't think you were gonna go this way. I should have honked. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, keep that open, I swear. So yeah, that was my fun, eventful time at touching grass outside. Oh, actually, no, after the haircut, the other nice thing about the place I went to was that they washed your hair before and after. You all know there's always, I don't know if that's a common thing for people, but I know a lot of the haircut places I went to, they just cut your hair and it's like, okay, goodbye, and then it's just like you just have hair, like kind of particles all over like your hair and your face and stuff, and it's just kind of annoying, so you can't really do much after you do it. But they did wash my hair, which was pretty nice, and they wasn't too annoying getting that kind of with the hair stuck in my like kind of hair and stuff. Hair stuck in my hair. That's not the right phrasing for it, but anyway, nah, that was nice. So, oh, I'm running out of fuel. Ah, Nikes. I forgot this game. This game in particular, I'm talking Euro Truck Sim, is so bad with how how... Wait, what? Okay, there's one right there. Good. With how little fuel their capacity there is in these trucks, maybe I just have a bad truck for that, but like it does seem like it's just very... I have to refill this like so often, whereas in American Truck Simulator, like I barely have to... I only have to refill like once every like a long trip, which is like 10 plus hours. Here it feels like I have to refill like every like few hours. I don't understand, man. Like, come on. Like, that's kind of annoying. Hong Kong. But yeah, no, that was not... Oh my god, please, just... Please go. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so I got the haircut, got the washed hair, and then I was like, great, I'm in Chinatown, I might as well look around, you know, so I looked around some stores, and I don't know if this was a great idea, but I got another boba because I was not satisfied with the sugar drink that I had last. And I was thinking, you know, it's like, well, I did not taste it. It was literally just sugar, my dude. Like, I don't think there was any tea in it. I think they literally just gave me, like, milk and, like, a whole bunch of sugar. And they was like, okay, here's your drink. And I'm like, great. Or, and I guess boba, too. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks. So I was like, well, I think I'll be fine with getting two. Usually it's not the greatest idea. I would never recommend somebody get 2 bobas on a day, because that's way too much. But that was a special day, so I was like, I'll just get another booba. And then I walked around the park. That was the picture I took for Twitter. Flash Blue Sky was the park that I went to. Very nice day, very beautiful, nice to walk around. So that was fun. And then after that, went on the train of the sardines, and then streamed Deltarune for 10 hours, like I didn't want to do, or I wasn't planning to do, but I ended up doing that anyway, and I still didn't finish it. We'll pick that up next week. We will pick that up next week. That is I won't say that's a promise, but that's pretty most likely going to be the case. I do have a few other games that I have on my docket. I picked up Frog Detective. If y'all remember from Chicory, there was I think there was a cameo of that actually, like the Frog Detective. I'm not sure if it's like the same publisher, same game company or whatever, or if it's just like a nice little cameo. I feel like it's got to be the same game company, because I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound really mean. Frog Detective doesn't seem popular enough to be able to just have a cameo in a game. I feel like there has to be some relation there. Either way, I was like, well, I remember that, so I might as well pick that up. Seems like a relatively short, nice game. It's a 3-part thing, so I'm like, let's do it. So oh shoot, I should have rested. So that's a future stream coming up, I guess, is more, not more, but like is, that game, Frog Detective, so look out for that. I have, Duck Detective as well, which I don't think is related. I don't think that's related, but like kind of similar-ish kind of puzzly game, so that seems pretty interesting. I did pick up both games. I know there's 2 of them, so that also might be another fun stream time idea. I know there's Monster High, right? It's like Monster... There's a few games in that series. I know the most recent one got released a few months back. Monster Con, like the convention. And that looked really interesting, but then that led me to the rabbit hole of, oh, it might be a better idea just to play all the games. I mean, sure, you could probably still play. And this is what I got from the general consensus of the audience of people when I read through it online, was that probably a good idea to play all the games anyway, even though you could still probably get away with just playing the 4th game without playing the previous games, and just kind of being able to, for the most part, understand it. But there's going to be little references that you don't get. So I'm like, well, I am interested in playing it, but I don't know how interested I'd be playing in all of the other games, to be completely honest. But that might also be an idea. If it goes on, let me say this, if it goes on sale in the upcoming Steam sale, I might pick that up, and then we might have that also be another option for fun times. But no guarantees on that, because I don't have that game technically, so it's gonna be one that we're gonna have to buy, and we'll see whether it even gets on sale in the first place. I'm sure it probably will. There's a pretty good chance it might. I think it was on, well, it was on sale because I think the game came out, the 4th game at least, so maybe that's not the case that we should get into there. Wait. But yeah, that's some ideas I have for stuff. And of course, there's always this game. There's always Uma. There's always... I discovered Belgrade. We discovered... Oh, wait, not we discovered. Yeah, there's always... And there's Fall Guys too. I mean, I still need to do the this season for the ranked knockout. So that is something that we'll have to pick up again in another stream. Maybe this week. Maybe that might be the next stream. Who knows? Who knows? It's always spontaneous. It's always, what do I feel like playing today? And then we just kind of go from there. The benefits of not having a schedule. I can just do whatever the hell I want. Right. Okay, I'm gonna stop by this rest stop so I can get my good sleep. Good sleep. The young sleep, as they call it. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. I'm working on it. Oh yeah, I see exactly what we need here. And that is called a parking lot. Hooray, I love parking lots. Oh god, there's one of the... Actually, screw you. Screw you. I'm not dealing with this. Okay. Hooray, what is this question mark, by the way? What is this question mark? I'm actually curious. Is it the hiring of the agencies or whatever? Is it a hiring firm? What am I dealing with this question mark? I'm curious. Ah, it is a recruitment agency. Nice. You know, if that was... I know that's a huge part of this game and ATS as well, with the whole, oh, like you can hire truck... Because you technically created a company, so it's like, yeah, you can hire other truckers to join your company and get more garages and stuff. But I don't know, that stuff doesn't really interest me. I just want to drive. That's what I'm really interested in. So really, I think I'll just stick to that. And then maybe if I get bored, maybe I might, or maybe if I wanted to tackle that aspect of the game. But I'll just stick to my own one-man company and just go from there. Because I am good with the just driving, because that is the biggest thing for me for this game, is that I do enjoy the driving. Shortcut. Okay, well, no shortcuts today. Shortcuts are not allowed, apparently. Frick your shortcuts. Fuck your shortcuts. Come on. Come on. Come on. Apparently this truck does not do well in the grass. It is not an off-road truck. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Rock Eater Quarry. Oh, I love eating rocks. It's like the Google AI suggested. You gotta add a few rocks into your pizza so you can get that. You can get those minerals. That is 100. Wait, it's that one. Not to your pizza, right? No, it's eat a rock every day for the minerals. Sorry, I got that mixed up. It's the eat a rock and then also add glue to your pizza in order for the cheese to stick. That is life pro tips for Google's AI overviews. Another reason why I freaking hate when people rely on Google and like ChatGPT, like the AI specifically for like just like information, like general searches. It's like that's not a good source of information, y'all. Like you shouldn't do that. You should... Hello? Why am I not going? Oh, wow. Fine, I'll wait like a normal person. No, go ahead. Wow, these cars just don't stop coming. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Okay, go, 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 go. Stop. I command you to stop. Thank you. That's how that works, right? You just command them to stop, and then it works. Do I dare follow the traffic laws? Not today, Satan. Not today. Okay, can I thread the needle? Let's find out. Oh, yes, we did it. Great. Bus. Oh yeah, that was a thing they announced pretty recently, was that they're gonna add buses to this game, like as like a kind of, I guess, a new mode or whatever. So that would be pretty fun. I know they announced for American Truck Simulator like the Project Road Trip, which means they're gonna implement cars into the game, which that would actually be really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really looking forward to that. Being able to, oh, I need to turn left. Being able to, are you turning left too? Great, love that. Are you turning left? You are turning left. That is lovely news. Unfortunately, there are many cars that are not turning left, it looks like, but I'm gonna try my best to cut them off. There we go. Okay, Great, love that for me. Alright. But no, I mean, like I said, I mean, the driving part of this game is one of my... I mean, obviously, it's the biggest reason why I play this game. I actually am one... I don't know if few people is the right word, but, like, it seems like a lot of people just don't like driving. From my experiences, I actually kind of like driving. Don't get me wrong, like, I hate driving in the city specifically. That's just chaos. But no, it's just, like, in cases, like, you know, driving on the highway or, like, driving down... I don't know. I just general, not like rush hour driving, but like just the idea of driving is pretty nice. It's just kind of relaxing, just being able to like kind of look around the nature. I mean, you don't really look around the nature, I guess. You just kind of focus on the road. But in your peripheral, you can at least look at the nature, which is pretty nice. You know. So yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to all the different modes. And yes, I do know there are mods that are available. That, I mean, this game has a really good modding community. Like, they have freaking maps for everywhere. I mean, for God's sake. I know they just announced Iceland for this game as well. Which Pro Mods team, I know Pro Mods is one of the best for those kinds of maps. Oopsies, no, my thing. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh no. That was close. Okay, I dropped the thing, my plushie that I have in my arms here as emotional support. Yeah, so I mean, getting back to my point. Yeah, I know there are mods for everything that you can imagine, but I just kind of want to keep it as vanilla as possible, if for lack of a better term. I don't know. I feel like the base game is still pretty good on its own. Sure, there's a lot of improvements that can be made. The engine is also one of them. Even coming from a guy who has like one of the best CPUs out there and can be able to handle, like, this game is very CPU heavy, very CPU, what is the right word, heavy. I don't know if CPU heavy is the right word, but like, it uses a lot of CPU, and it's just like, if you don't have a good one, it's hard to really play this game well. So don't go right, don't go right, don't go right, don't go right. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah, you better keep that gate open. Ah, oops, nice. Oh my god, another? Oh, this is another checkpoint. Alright, we're heading to another country. I think we were in Serbia, right? So this is gonna be... not Serbia. Let's find out. Are we in Serbia? We are in Serbia, and we're about to head to... I don't know what that country is. I'm sorry. Guess we'll find out. As long as I can find any maps, or not maps, any... Is that Croatia, maybe? I think, or is that also another flag of... I see another flag way in the distance. I'm not sure what flag that is, though. Or if that's just not also the Serbian flag. Look at those people standing there talking. What a bunch of chuds. Am I right? Am I right, ladies? Oh. I'm sorry, I can't see the front passage of my truck, so it's kind of hard to see where, you know, it's stopping. I know I can go first person. I might in those situations. Thank you. Have a nice journey. You too. I mean, whoops. There we go. You know, another thing about it, I probably should have also checked to make sure. This is the first time this stream that I'm checking everything is like working right, and I'm so glad that it is, because my god, imagine if I was muted for this entire stream. That would suck. I would cry and probably just stop stream then. It's just like, well, rip. Wait, hold on. Is Spotify working? Uh-oh. That's my other issue. Oh, thank god it is working. Okay. I don't know why. I mean, that has happened before where it just suddenly stopped working. And then I was big sad about that. So luckily hasn't had too many issues yet, come up with that yet. And again, I think the only issue that I've ever had was of course, my most popular stream, the Materialist stream, which I'll need to do a sequel on that. Maybe someday. Hey buddy, you mind going soon? You mind going anytime soon? This buddy is not going. I'm trapped. Hello? Hey bud, you mind going anytime soon? Oh boy. We're gonna be here a while. Also because I'm trapped. Oh my god, this guy's finally going. Jesus Christos, finally. Yeah, you just gotta assert your dominance by being like this. Screw those guys. We're in the Republic of something. In the country. Are we still? No, we're still in Serbia, technically. Alright, I guess once we cross over there, we might be able to get to where we are. Maybe you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna pass on. I'm just gonna scooch right past you. Excuse me. Oh, I'm just gonna squeeze right past you. Please let me in. Please let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Okay, there we go. Sag and Trey? Oh, my favorite company, Sag and Trey. Oh, mill. Oh my god, okay. I will say this game is a little bit annoying with how many like tolls and like this kind of stuff there is. It is a bit slower in getting to places because of that. Although I think that wouldn't be a problem if I'm, you know, like in a whole big country like a France or a Spain or a Germany. Or like maybe within countries that actually are friendly with each other. That could be a thing. Alright. But we are heading that way anyway, so I mean, no big deal. Alright, where are we going here? I think, where are we dropping, boys? Start of toll road, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, I think we're in the new country now. By the way, I have -$. I just realized that now. Oh, Croatia. I was right. I think I did say Croatia, right? Yeah, okay, so I was correct. Good job, me. Good job. It's time for a water break to celebrate. Zagreb. I will say this playlist, I do like this playlist a lot more, just because I feel like the other playlist, it just had too many songs that were, I mean, a lot of the songs had lyrics and words which were a bit distracting, as stupid as that sounds, and there were a few songs that were just pretty bad, not gonna lie, like the wannabe rap songs. I'm not about that life. I just want something that fits the vibe, you know. And now that I think, and when I did think about it, the chill cafe was a bit not really my vibe, a bit too chill, and it doesn't really fit with the theme of this game, at least not in my mind. And like, I'm gonna be using that playlist mostly for this game anyway, because let's be honest, most of the games that I play already have music, so it's like I don't really need anything else for it. I mean, I'm going 135 kilometers per hour. Why am I like? I mean, I know why I'm panicking. It's because this truck is like shaking like a madman. Because it cannot handle speeds that are this fast. Because technically can only, the max speed should be 90 kilometers per hour. But we modded it up. We souped this baby up for it to go sonic speeds. Supersonic speeds. So I can get to my destination faster. But man, these cars are going slow AF. Slow AF. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, no, 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 no. Gotta concentrate, make sure I don't crash into stuff. While I'm taking the forbidden third lane. Everybody, oh, why would you go this way? I am hate. Okay, squeeze through the tight gap. Perfect. We did it. That's what trucking is all about, squeezing through tight gaps. Alright. Ooh. This sounds like it's gonna have a beat drop. Not too bad. Not the worst drop I've ever heard. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of a fan of this kind of songs, like the whoopy dubstep. I guess the heavier dubstep. I've mentioned before, right? Like melodic dubstep is one I'm generally a pretty big fan of. Electro swing. Future bass is kind of a more general term, so it's kind of hard to really say all future bass, but kind of that general vibe of songs. The few happy hardcore songs I've listened to have also been pretty nice. But I'm not too big into a lot. I'm not too big in the scene, so to speak. To have specific artists that I'm really into. Kind of general vibes and stuff. Like if anybody asks me what my favorite electronic artist is, this might be a bit of a normie answer, but I mean Porter Robinson has always been one I've really enjoyed. Going back to his Worlds album, that album is by far one of my favorite albums. Just because of every song. Like I listened to that song, or not the song, the albums. The songs from the album so much when I was a kid. And like listening to it now is a bit nostalgic, and it's like one of those albums, like one of the few, in fact it may be the only album I listened to that I listened to all the songs and not just like a select few. Because like even some of my favorite artists like Mrs. Green Apple, like I forgot what the title, or not the title, the album name is. But like most of the titles I listened to that. Wow, English. I listened to most of the titles from that, but there are a few that I'm just like, not my favorite. But like with Worlds, like I loved all the songs from that, and I still like kind of listening to them. Sad Machine in particular is a banger for sure. Flicker is also great. The Flicker and Connect, which is like the Madoka Magica opening, there's a remix of that, which I think originally was done by Porter Robinson for AAX, which, man, can you imagine if he ever comes, like, plays at AX again, which I highly doubt he's ever gonna do, but you never say never. But I mean, I feel like he's probably big enough to do his own thing instead of just kind of group onto that. But that would be hype, and that would be a pretty good reason for me to go to AX, is if he did anything for that. So here's hoping. I've said it before, right? It's just like AX, like there's not a good reason usually for me to go. I mean, sure, they get pretty decent, they get good guests, don't get me wrong, they get a lot of good guests, but like I'm not generally a person that's like, oh, like a big fan of like Seiyu. I'm not a big Seiyu guy, or I'm not a big what is it, like director, producer, staff, you know, that those kinds of people. I don't generally follow that kind of stuff. Like I know a few people who do really like to kind of follow those things and be able to kind of say like, oh, this is the director of blank and blank, they're working on blank, and it's just like I can't really say that I track that to that degree. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love my... Wait, can I go this way? Oh, please stop. No, wait, I may have made a horrible mistake. Let's find out. Oh, I've made a horrible mistake. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's fine, I can do my pro gaming moves. Pro gaming fuck. Wait, no, you know what? I can do even better. I can do another pro gaming move. It's called... Maybe I can squeeze through that gap right there. Oh, it'll be iffy, but let's try it. Wow, amazing. And I got out of paying the whatchamacallit, the toll, which is only gonna be like 100 euros anyway, but like, hey, we did it. Nice. Nice cock. Okay. As I was saying with AX stuff, yeah, it's just generally, so like there isn't really a big reason for me to go, other than, you know, I guess meeting people, because there are a lot of my friends who are living in that area. They wouldn't necessarily go to the con. Well, no, I know a few people that are going to the con, and then there are some that live close enough to where they probably would go if they had a good reason, or not even a good reason, if they had a reason. So that is probably the biggest reason why I might go. But like, don't get me wrong, I love my friends, but like, that's not a good enough reason for me to just drop hundreds of dollars in between airfare, hotel, and like the tickets to do all that. So, like, I need a good reason to get to spend, to go over there for that weekend. And I've mentioned it before, right? Like, I think the only things that would really make me like, yes, 100% I need to go is if for some reason, like, there happens to be like, I think musical acts are probably going to be the biggest thing, which that was maybe that wasn't the biggest reason, but that was a huge reason why I was went to AX in 2018, which for that was more so like I was helping out a friend because I got my tickets for free. Everything else was not free, unfortunately, but like I got the tickets for free because I was helping my exhibitor friend. So I had to spend some time at their exhibitor booth volunteering, just like, you know, hanging out there. But otherwise I was free for the most part, so it was kind of nice just to be able to have that entire weekend and just be able to do whatever the hell I wanted to do, which one of the things was the Aqua concert back when they were doing, I think that was the first time they were there. I know they were there 2 years. I think the second year was the year that they went, the year that the earthquake happened, but now the first year was the, I feel like that was the more hype year, to be honest, and I might be biased saying that because I was there, but I mean, between the Aqua Rainbow and the bigger stage, because I know the second year they relegated them to like another stage, which was kind of a stupid idea. It's like, why would you think that that was a good idea to do that? But between all that, I was just like, you know, well, nah. So it was, I mean, that might be a big reason, but like for musical acts, I mean, maybe if there ever happens to be like an Uma Musume or like a Gakumas sort of thing, a situation of performing, which I kind of highly doubt, just given how those IPs are. Like, I highly doubt they'd ever do anything overseas. So that's just a whole pipe dream at that point. But who knows? Maybe I think this whole conversation stemmed from the Porter Robinson thing, which like he did perform at AX way back in the day. So, you know, that could be a possibility. Kind of a still less likely, but I mean definitely more likely than some of the other stuff that would really make me want to go. So who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe someday. But for now, I'm pretty satisfied. ASEN's, I think, a pretty good size of convention where it's not like small. They still get pretty good guests. Like, dang, you know, they got pretty good Seiyu, they get the director Bochi and like the rest of the kind of industry staff there. Industry staff, that's the name I was thinking of. Yeah, so like industry staff, Seiyu, those kinds of people. I know AX has a lot of guests for those, but like I'm generally not interested in those kinds of things. But it's still kind of fun. It's still kind of nice to be able to get the signatures from them and be able to see their panels and stuff. And I think ASEN is a nice little kind of balance between a con that's not too small that's able to get those guests, and one that's not too large where it's too overwhelming, too many people. There's still a lot of people, but it's not like AX level where it's like literally like fire hazard overwhelming sort of thing. So it was nice, and I will definitely come back next year if I still happen to be living in this area, which I hope so. Don't get me wrong, like I think I mentioned the last time I streamed, which would have been not Saturday but Friday, still freaking waiting on the job offer, or not job offers, yeah, I'm expecting a job offer right now. No, I'm still waiting on the feedback for the final interview, whether or not I get a job offer, whether they're going to move to the next person, or whether they're not even. It's kind of seeming like they're trending towards, like, don't get me wrong, maybe, again, I said it before, and for those of you who don't remember / aren't familiar, like, I interviewed with the company. It was like the whole shebang of 3 hours of interviews, had to like interview like all like different members of like the team and all that. And after all that happened, like, I think that the recruiter was like, yeah, we'll probably get back to you like Friday or Monday of next week. And I'm like, dang, that's quick. Okay. I wait until Monday, or like I wait, and then I get an email on Friday saying like, no, I don't get an email until the Friday after that. So like a week later, or like a week and a few days later, being like, hey, sorry for the lack of communication. Hope you've been having a good week. Why mention that part? Like, okay, well that's obligatory, I guess. But like, yeah, meeting with the hiring manager on Monday. I'll let you know what anything comes from that. So I wait, That was last Friday. Not the Friday that was a few days ago, but the one before that. So I'm like, okay, great, you know, that's good. Wait a week later, like the entire last week happened. No feedback, not even an email not even an email being like, hey, sorry, like I just nothing. So that's probably a bad sign. And my initial thought was, well, maybe because the whole reason why I think they delayed it in the first place was they were like interviewing another candidate, like doing the final interviews for that. So I was like, well, maybe they're hiring that person and they're waiting for feedback on whether or not the offer is going to get accepted before they move on and be like, yeah, sorry, we're rejecting you, bye. So that was my original thought. But then I saw, because I think Friday, which the 2 days ago Friday, I was just, honestly, I got tired of waiting. And I've been kind of just holding off on applying for other jobs just because I have, between this company and the other company that I interviewed for 3 weeks ago, which I haven't heard from them either. Between those two, I kind of just been on hold because it's like final interviews. I'm not pretty sure, but I'm hoping that one of them at least, you have been banned. I'm hoping that one of them at least comes back with good results. But at this point, it just feels like, you know, if it happens to be that neither of them come back with an offer and then I'm just back at square one, that just feels like, you know, like, sure, it's out of my control, but like, I don't want to keep waiting with my hands in my pocket sort of thing. So I'm like, well, let me just, even if, you know, somehow a job offer comes out from this, let me just do this for peace of mind sort of thing. Oh, those mountains are beautiful. Let me just do this for peace of mind. And so I applied to a whole bunch of jobs on Friday, and I saw, while I was applying for jobs, that the job that I interviewed for, the final interview job, the one I'm waiting for feedback, got reposted literally that day. It was like an hour ago or whatever when I was applying for jobs on Friday, and I'm like, that's not a good sign. I'm like, because my first thought is, well, shoot, that tells me that they didn't like either of us, like me or the other guy, in the final interviews, and so they're reposting the job. Oh no, they're reposting the job tomorrow. Anyway, they're reposting the job to get another pool of candidates or whatever. That was my first thought. My coping thought is that I checked, because out of curiosity, I was like, oh, like, did they, like, what is their, I guess I just checked their career website, and it turns out, like, they were using, because they were technically under another company, and I already knew about this, but they got acquired again, so they became private again, and this happened, like, 2 months ago, which is crazy to say, because that happened, like, right as I was, like, first interviewing with them, so it's been 2 months since I've been interviewing them. Which, oh my god, please, can we just get this decision over with? The struggles of hiring. But, yeah, so I was like, okay, like, I remember that was a thing. And I remember when I originally applied for the job, yeah, I did technically apply under the parent company. And so I saw, or when I saw that that there were no jobs posted in that job page, I was curious, and then I saw that they had the job posted in another page, and so my coping thought was maybe they're just reposting all the jobs they have, whether it be ones that are kind of technically still hiring for, but even though they still have candidates in final stages, kind of thing. No, I didn't mean to press escape. Even, yeah, so like they're posting like all their jobs, so like it's not that they're like looking for a new pool of candidates, it's more so they kind of do have to put this into their new career website out of obligation. That's my cope, at least. I don't know if that's necessarily true, or if that's just something I want to believe so that I still feel like I have a chance at being like, oh, like, yeah, no, I still have a chance at getting this job, you know, sort of thing. So, oh my god, what do you do? You have right of way, you can go. Okay, well, I guess they're just being nice, but also no. But also no, don't. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck behind this car forever. This truck forever. Trust me, I know, I'm a truck. Yonk yonk. So yeah, that's been my last 2 weeks, honestly. Yeah, it has been 2 weeks, god. honestly, this has been my this has been my life for like the last few months more than anything. More like a month, I guess. Because this started with the first original company, which I did the interview for, only to realize that that was actually the final interview, which I thought was oh, ow, 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 which I thought was the final, which I thought was interesting because it's like they did not give any notification that this would be the final interview. In fact, I don't even have a recruiter for that company. Like it's just all been kind of people who have been like the interview schedulers or whatever. So, and it's a big company, so I understand. It's like a really big. I'm not going to say what industry, but it's a really, really big company. One that I'm pretty sure anybody in the US should be able to know. So there is a little bit of that aspect to it. But it's just annoying, man. It's like, come on, can we not be a little bit more transparent? Like, it's a two-way street. I'm trying, like, if I did the same thing to these companies, they'd instantly reject me out of like being like, oh, you're so inconsiderate about like, you know, blah blah blah. But like, you know, instead it's like we let these companies get away with ghosting candidates for multiple weeks, and it's just like, okay, okay, bye. It's like they don't even give any notification, I don't even, it's not that I want anything to be like, oh, like sorry for not hiring you, oh well. It's like, I don't want anything like, you know, like apologetic like that. Just something not like automated rejection, like to compensate for the fact that I spent all this time between interviewing with your company and just all this other stuff, you know. It's just it's kind of annoying me, honestly. So yeah, and I've said this multiple times at this point, so I'm just really beating the dead horse, but it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do except wait, which is excruciating, but it's really all I can do so far. I did all the standard stuff of, oh, like, make sure to, this is this way, right? Yeah, okay. Make sure to send an email follow-up to the interviewers being like, thanks for taking this time, and I've done that for all of them. And so at this point, I don't know, maybe I can email the recruiter back, be like, hey, he said you'd you get in touch with the hiring manager on Monday. It's been a week, what's up with that? You know, I can be annoying. Which I'm legitimately thinking about. Maybe I might send that email out tomorrow just to be like, hey, can I get any sort of update on this? Y'all have been pretty good up until now, so I don't know what's going on. But who's to say? Who is to say? Wait, you know what? Let me go back to that email, because I could also have just read that wrong, and that's kind of what I was thinking with the original we'll get back to you on Friday/Monday. Was that maybe I heard that wrong and it was the next week that was supposed to happen? Well, let me do some distracted driving real quick while I go through my emails and see what the thing is here. Yeah, no, nothing about it being Monday of next week. I'm connecting with law on Monday. So I was thinking, great, I'll get the result in a few days. Week passes. Radio silence. What country are we in, by the way? We're in Austria? Austria. Nice. Very beautiful. I love the mountains. I'm always a big mountain guy. We don't have a lot of those here. Kind of unfortunate. Not the one drawback, but a drawback of living in the city, and the Midwest in general, is that it's flat. There are no mountains. There's still nature, don't get me wrong, but it's like we don't have anything like this with all the slopes and stuff. So a little bit of missing out on that. But that's okay. You can't have everything in life. But I can have water as hydration. Also, I will say, I'm not sure how long this stream is going to be. I don't want to try and do another long stream right after I did the 10-hour, not 10-hour, but like close to 10-hour bonanza yesterday. At this point, I feel like Deltarune is starting to become like my training into like doing these longer types of streams. Because I generally felt like I didn't have the endurance to do streams like that long. But I feel like Deltarune is one of those games that's really fun. And maybe it just requires the right game to be able to really just get into it and then realize, oh, it's been 8 hours already or something like that, you know? So maybe it's something like that. I just need to find those types of games. Granted, this really isn't one of them. As much as I love Truck Sim, there's only so much I can play at a time of this. And usually it's only like a couple of hours, like 4 hours at most, 4 or 5 hours at most. Which generally, that actually is usually how long these streams usually go, at least the Truck Sim ones. But I don't think it's gonna go that long. I'll just put it out there. I feel like the expectation for me at least is that this is probably gonna be ended up like not at least, like around 3 hours. So just a heads up for y'all, we're about an hour in, so take for that what you will. But you know, that could just be one big fat lie for all I know. You know, maybe I might go 5 hours today again. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows except for me, and I'm the one who controls my destiny. It is I, the penguin named Chino. Don't, thank you. Thought that gate was gonna close right in front of me. Right, it is kind of a little bit not great not being able to see very far what's immediately in front of me. What the hell happened? Did the car, okay, that car just went to the other lane. Yeah, again, first person is a thing, but I much prefer third person in this game just because I can be able to see a lot more of what's around me, like the background and stuff, which is really one of the biggest reasons why I like playing this game, other than the whole driving aspect, is being able to see the environment and the nature. It's quite nice. Sure, it can look better, don't get me wrong, but coming from somebody who for the most part has been playing like PS, like the most advanced console that I've been playing before I built my PC was my Switch. Actually, that's wrong. Technically, I had 2 months before I built my PC with an Xbox Series X. So technically that would have been the most graphically complex, intense console that I've ever had, like video game system, but it was only a matter of time before I built my PC, and then man, now that I have it with my good old top of the line GPU and top of the line CPU, not top of the line now, but like arguably top of the line CPU, GPU, and other components, it has been a revelation. Don't get me wrong, I still love Nintendo games, and I still do like Nintendo, although I don't have the Switch yet. Switch 2, because I don't really have a good reason to get it right now. I mean, I get Mario Kart World, that's the biggest reason right now. I'm not a huge Mario Kart fan, I'm not a huge Mario Kart bonanza person, so I don't really have a justification for buying a Switch yet. And I've talked about this before tons on stream, so I'm not going to harp on a point that I've made tons of times. But yeah, well, we'll see when other games come out that are exclusive to that console that I might be interested in. And that might be it for the future. It's also, another big reason is I also don't have an income. Sure, I have money in my bank, but like, that's more for essential stuff, so I don't really want to focus on, you know, or buying stuff that is not essential. Essentially, especially when I already spend my money on stuff like video games and boba, which that does add up, especially with how expensive boba is nowadays. Alright. Once again, we are back at the fuel tank. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Okay. I also do need to technically rest, but it's only 5:10 p.m. and if I do it now, that means I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. and that's not exactly going to be great for me because I don't like nighttime driving in this game, so I'm going to hold off a little longer. I'll try and go maybe 2 more hours, which I know is always a great idea. It's always a great idea sleeping when or going at this game when you're tired. I do know that at some point there is like a little thing where it's just like completely blocks your screen to simulate, oh, I'm taking a mini nap now, and then that can cause disasters. Because I was like, there doesn't seem to be a huge consequence for, you know, being tired in this game other than the repeated warnings of, you're tired, please pull over now. only to find that that was a thing and would crash my car, or not truck. So I am familiar. Hey, we're in Italy. I was like, I saw the sign for Veneto, and I was like, that sounds like an Italian name. Maybe I'm being a bit stereotypical, but that sounds pretty Italian to me. And I was correct. We are in Italy. That makes sense. Alright, I love tolls in Italy. That's my favorite thing in the world. Let's go through. Oh my god, there's so many tolls here. Why though? Oh, there it is. Another. I'm getting tired. Is this wrong? Oh, it's closed. That probably might be why it's wrong. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna go this way then. Excuse me, sir. Please get out of the way, thank you. Hello. Hello. Hello? Yes, I'd like to pay my toll. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay. Oh no, it's not my biggest fear. It's the whole logs, the whole Final Destination thing of logs in the highway, and then suddenly it doesn't get tied up very well, so all the logs come crashing through your windshield. Ah, what a lovely imagination. What a lovely hypothetical scene showing up in my brain. That's why I'm gonna pass it, among other reasons. Also, dang, there's a lot of yellow flowers. And I guess farms. Farms? Wheat? I don't know why I conflated farms with wheat. Hey, is it sunflower patch? Plant. Life. Life finds a way. Just like how I find a way to BS through all the stuff that I'm talking about. Ah, good stuff. Oh, and I hope everybody enjoyed this week's episode of Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. It was quite hype, for sure, as per usual. Enjoyed the, and yeah, don't get me wrong, like, I've been reading the manga since it started getting translated, unofficially. So, I already know what happens. Actually, that's technically wrong. I've actually kind of forgotten what happens. But even if I did remember what happens, it's still kind of nice seeing everything animated, because it's just kind of hype being able to see it all unfolding before my eyes. Yeah, so I did like that. But yeah, we're setting up for the first ever matchup between these two rivals. What I think is funny is how in the game, and like, I guess in every setting that isn't Cinderella Grey, technically Oguri and Tamamo Cross are technically roommates. And so it goes back to the whole, hello? It goes to the whole, oh my god, and they were roommates. And I cannot imagine how much the story would change if they still kept that dynamic where it's like, oh, Oguri is suddenly roommates with her biggest rival. Like, because there's a few roommate situations like that in Uma Musume. I think the biggest, probably, maybe not biggest, but most prominent, wow, I cannot pronounce words. Prominent example of that is Die with Scarlet and Vodka. Biggest rivals, always fighting with each other, also roommates. Like, that's kind of funny. There are also just some really random roommate pairings, like, and they, don't get me wrong, the roommate pairings are usually have a reason for why they're roommates with each other. For example, something like an Ayabe with Karen-chan. Like, the reason why they're roommates is because they both kind of share the something tragic happening in their lives. Ayabe with the whole twin sister dying, and Karen, I think, something with one of her sister or siblings dying as well early, so, you know, sharing traumas through being roommates in that way, which is kind of a weird thought, but I guess that's a thing. So, Anyway, I should probably find the redstone now before I really start crashing into stuff. Oh, there's one right here. That's pretty nice. Actually, yeah, I might as well. Even though it's technically it means I'm gonna have to go to not be able to complete that road, but it's whatever. Is it? Oh, it's literally right there. Oh, how convenient. How convenient. Hello? Like I cannot see the truck, right? Or not the truck. I cannot see the car in front of me, and that is not what you want to see. If you're me. Okay, there we go. Oh, ammo. Sleep. Okay. Oh, I miscalculated greatly. God dang it. Why? I'm so used to playing ATS, American Truck Simulator, where it's like 10 hours of sleep instead of 9 hours of sleep in this game, which I was like, oh, 4:55. That means that it should hopefully kind of be bright out soon. But no, instead we're here at 3:55 and it's still kind of dark outside, because why would it ever be sunset or sunrise at 3:55 unless you're playing in the Nordic regions, which is a thing, but not here because it's Italy. And that's not the right latitude, longitude for that, whatever the one that is north-south. But yeah, I mean, so Tom Cross and Oguri Cap. That's gonna be a pretty hype race. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgotten who actually wins that race. The Fall Tenno show. Trying to remember. And like, here's the thing, y'all. You can technically spoil yourselves, because if you don't know, Uma Musume uses the actual real life race events / results, with a few exceptions. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. Race results, yes, generally speaking, it's almost always accurate. It is accurate. I'm just thinking of the whole situation in Season 1 with Suzuka, where she gets the leg injury. Of course, in real life, that means that she got euthanized, which isn't going to happen in the game. She's not going to get killed off, so instead she goes to America, and then that happens there. So it's literally just putting her in the ranch upstate. That's actually what it was. So, other than that, generally speaking, they do a pretty good job of being accurate to real life. So, meaning, if you're gonna look up the results, be careful. Or like, if you're gonna look up Oguri Cap in general, or like Tomomo Cross, or any of the horses from there, just be careful not to look at their records and like when they actually, like, what place they got and what races and stuff, because that's actually gonna be accurate to whatever the results are in Uma Musume. So that's just a spoiler warning, so to speak. And that goes for all of Oguri's races, I think, honestly. Even the ones that aren't going to get put into the anime anytime soon. That's okay, because I'm not looking that stuff up yet. But it is kind of really funny about the idea that you can spoil yourself by looking up the character. Spoil yourself by looking at real life results, because that is actually spoilers, even though it's not technically really in the game, or may not be in the game, or whatever. It's still a thing with how well they accurately portray the results in all the games and stuff. And hey, you know, with how successful it seems like the Cinderella Grey anime is going, because I know it's technically separate to core. I think next week's episode is technically the last of this season, and then they'll move on to the second core. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get another. Actually, I would be shocked if we don't get another season. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon, with between how the staff of anime, you know, are booked like so many years in advance, and that's the whole reason why Bocchi the Rock didn't get a sequel until way late, is that the director and all the staff were booked way in advance, and even to the point of where the director, I think, isn't going to be the director, it's going to be a new director for the second season. But we still have hopes and dreams for how it might work, because at least the director this time around I think he was he still had a prominent role in the original, in the first season, so it's not like they're relying on a completely new different staff or anything. So I'm a little bit hopeful that it still might be good. And I will say that I do know what's gonna happen because I am keeping up with the manga, so I am already kind of gonna be familiar with what's gonna happen over the, not even next season, if they ever make like another season, like a few more seasons out of it. There's a whole colorful cast of characters that's gonna come through the Kesoku Band universe, and it's quite a journey for sure. So look forward to all that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. I don't know when that. I don't remember if there was any mention about when that might come out, but even if not, then I'm still fine with just waiting a little bit anyway. Better to be delayed and good, or than, you know, rushed and not good, so to speak. You know, butchering that one Miyamoto quote, the Shigeru Miyamoto quote. Like, I think he said something along those lines, right? It's like, you know, it's better for it to be late than it is to be on time if the quality is gonna be an issue or whatever. I don't know, that's probably not even close to what he said, but something like that. Alright. Pass? Yes, please. I don't want to have to do the whole cart thing. Oh, is it gonna... Please open your gates. Thank you. And just like that, we're almost there. 3 hours to go. Compared to how long it was before this trip happened, I'll say that we're pretty close. What is technically the city we're supposed to be going to? I don't even know. Is it Milan? No, it's Genoa. Genova. Sure, I'm just gonna rely on the Italian spelling. Genova. That sounds better than me trying to butcher it with my English pronunciation and my American ways. Genoa? Genua? Yeah. I apologize to any Italians out there. Among the many other crimes that I've committed. And many other Italian crimes. Don't worry, I haven't split my... I don't really like spaghetti that much. Whenever I make pasta, it's usually just like a... And I know technically pastas... Each shape of pasta is supposed to be best suited for like a certain sauce. But I usually just go with the nice, you know, fusillis, which is the little twisty noodle ones. Or a penne, really. Oh, what are you doing? A penne can go pretty well too. Although, generally speaking, I stick to penne whenever it's like a pasta salad situation. Mainly because that's kind of the, mainly because that's what I grew up with in terms of kind of whenever I made those sorts of pasta salad. And by pasta salad, it's more of like the mayonnaise base, add a lot of Parmesan, mix it together with some pasta and some cheese, some spinach. Technically there should be red peppers in that recipe as well, but I don't really like red peppers, so I just kind of don't. Usually those aren't included. So that's usually how I go about things. I shouldn't say I've never actually really made it by myself. It's usually my mom who makes it, so I don't know why I'm speaking as if I'm the chef who does this. As you'll know, I'm not really the biggest on cooking, although I've been trying. I've been trying to be a lot more better about, you know, cooking, and especially since I have the time right now, I might as well be a bit better about doing stuff in the kitchen and all that, so... It's a progress, though. It's a progress? It's a process. It's progress towards a process. That's the words I meant to say. Servizio. Please don't. Okay, I'm going very fast, so it's probably gonna not register. Please open your gates. Open your gates. Thank you. Okay, we're only only not too far from our destination. I'll say once I get to a destination, I might... Well, it might be too early actually. If it was like 10 a.m., I'd probably do a nice... No, if it was like 12 p.m., I'd probably do a nice big sleep. And by that I mean the standard 2 cycles of sleep that I do sometimes, just to kind of reset and not have myself be tired by like 3 p.m., which is not really the greatest. Actually, hold on. 3 p.m. 9 a.m. That actually might be fine now that I think about it, if I do that. Because if I sleep at 3 p.m., if I do 2 cycles of sleep at 3 p.m., I'd wake up at 9 a.m. That could work. We could make that work. Maybe I'll do that instead. That's a if. More like, yeah, and if I get a job that doesn't require me to have to get to the destination in a relatively short amount of time, and I can just kind of waste some time, aka 18 hours, kind of sleeping, catching up on my sleep, getting that good Z time. Schedule all A. Okay. Oh, cargo tross, why are you being so slow? Also, why is this road so windy? That's Europe for you. That's Europe, baby. Also, it's funny, I play this game really only on streams, which I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so limited to only playing this on streams. Like, I can play this on my own free time, but I just usually stick to American Truck Simulator instead on the free times. Which is kind of weird. Like, I haven't played American Truck Sim on stream in such a long time. I want to say it's been maybe even a few months at this point. I've really only stuck to this game. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I've advanced more in American Truck Simulator, so I'm just like, I don't really have too much to do other than, oh, I guess I'll just kind of explore some of the hidden roads and try to go through some of the other, because I've technically discovered all the towns in that game now, of the expansions I have, which is all of them except for Missouri and Arkansas. But, and with this game, I barely even touched some of the expansions that I have, aka I haven't even gone to like France, Spain, Portugal, those kinds of countries yet. So still a lot for me to explore in here. And so it's a nice little fun exploration for me too. To get to see what that's like. Alright, well, we're almost to Genoa, however you pronounce it. We're almost to the city. Why are we going so slow? There we go. I'm not gonna lie, this song's pretty meh. I'm gonna skip this one. Hey, I think I see the city. Also, there's a big loop-de-loop. If you saw that in the map, in the GPS map. Pass by this one, so I can get to my destination quicker. Look at all those buildings. Look at all those chickens. Oh, goodness me, I don't like being in the third person in the tunnels. There we go. Alright, oh, are we going to the port? The port of Genova? Hey. Is there a ferry? Actually, I'm actually sure about it. There might be one that takes me to another place. That might be nice. Also a good excuse for me to rest, really. Because it does take time to get through the ports, so... Or at least from port to port. But we'll see whether that is the case, or whether I'm just going to a hypothetical port, similar to some of the other things in this game. Okay, well, I need to go to the right here. I think that's right here, right? Oh, I could have used telepass. What am I doing? Alright, thank you. Because I think this... Yeah, it's because the navigation told me to go this way specifically. Specifically this toll booth. Not that one, this one. And I don't know why. But here we are in good old Genovi. That's the right pronunciation, right? Genovi? Close enough. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't like this camera view. I'm gonna go a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know why I don't like this camera view? Because I was going the wrong freaking side of the road. I'm not in Britain. What am I doing? Oh, this car's turning? Not anymore. I forgot these trucks don't have the best stopping. The best brakes is what I meant to say. They don't have the best brakes. That's not great. Okay, we're heading to the Carco, whatever that means. I think that means port. Yeah, we are headed towards the marina, and it looks like there aren't any ferries that take us anywhere, so that's okay. We'll just head over to our dead end, and then we'll just kind of make our way forward. And by forward, I mean to the left, because we want to head towards France and Spain. That's our goal for this. I guess that's the goal for this stream. Explore more unexplored territories. Is it right here? It's right here. Oh, it's not the marina, it's the ACI or whatever. Turn on my blinker, which I don't do in this game. Which I do in real life, but not in this game. Why are we stopping? Oh, you're turning. That's not ideal. Honk honk. You. Okay. Yep, I'm here. Where do you need it? Right over there? Easy, I can do that. I can do that easily. Hello, Mr. Sir. Honk honk. Easy money. Oh, easy money. Wait, actually, this may not be as easy as I thought it was. Oh well, we'll try. We'll try our darndest. Maybe actually a little bit more forward. Okay. Oh wait, no, okay. I was like a little bit worried that I might not hit the, or I might hit the fence. Now I'm worried I might be going a bit too much in that direction. But it's fine as long as I can kind of correct myself like this. Okay, great. Love that for me. And recorrect, reposition. Okay. If only I can go a little bit back the other way. But if I cannot, I have a solution that's called back up and try again. Okay, not back up. I meant go forward and try again. Which is do that. Close. And stop there. And actually no. That was a horrible idea. Go back straight again. Don't crash into the thing. Or crash, I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And now, back up. This is the correct direction. Okay. Do that. Oh, I overcorrected. That was way too much. Ay. Uh-oh. Not what you want to see for me. Let's try that again, but better. I think we're on to the right idea, though. I was gonna say, I think we're the right idea, because if I do this, and then... Alright, and then do that. One of these. And stop. And then I should be able to kind of back myself up again like this. maybe don't do it so much. I think last time I was a little bit too zealous, overzealous. Great. And then, oh, that technically counts. Okay, that technically counts. That's not even close, but you know what? We'll take it. Apparently that counts. I don't know how, but it does. Ooh, nice. Oh, technically complete a perfect delivery. Really? Ah, shoot, that's crazy. I thought didn't I crash the trailer a few times technically? I guess it doesn't really count. Okay, great, love that. Hey, let's get another ADR transporting. I love this stuff. Okay. Great, awesome. Well, now I'm not in debt anymore, so that's pretty cool. I love seeing that. We'll see what kind of jobs we have next. From Genova. I want to go, no, I don't want to go that way. We could go to Nice. I know it's pronounced Nice, yeah. We can go to Dijon. We can see how the Dijon mustard is made. That would be pretty fun. What was the other one? I have a ton of orange. That's a lot of oranges, right? Well, I guess we're doing it. Let's go. Let's go haul a big-ass load of orange. Wait, is it right here? Oh, it's literally right here. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that actually makes it a lot more easy for me. Because I can literally... Well, I have to, unfortunately, drive all the way back to the front. Go over here. Stop. Look at the jobs. See jobs we have. Yeah, might as well. Alright, and I can just go, because I'm super lazy, I might as well just do this. One of these things right backwards instead. And we'll take this truck. Oh, expert driving skills. Ah, shnikes. Well, that's not great. Expert driving skills. Okay. Now we slam face first into there. There we go. That's what we want to see. That's okay. No damage here. Okay, let's go haul our 20 tons of oranges. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. 2 hours and 55 minutes. Not too bad. Not too shabby. How much time are they giving me? 8 hours, 8 minutes. Okay. That's fair. It is pretty short distance anyway, so... Okay, well... Assert my dominance. Okay, well, that didn't work. Also, this car is... You know what? Here, I can do this. I can do this. I think I can do this. I can do it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. I do need to do a couple of things. One, probably go to that repair station that it looks like is on the way anyway. And two, maybe refuel, because my god, we're already half fuel. Didn't I refuel like literally at the kind of pretty late into my trip? Again, I keep saying this. The fuel, the fuel capacity in these trucks is so gosh danged little. I don't understand. Kind of annoying, actually. Having to refill every so often. Excuse me, honk honk. Thank you. I'm gonna do a nice little navigation. And then we'll have our truck fixed up and ready to be on the road. Okay, and while we're at it, I might as well... Wait, might as well screw it, you know? I know my tires aren't even close to being worn and torn, but like if it gets anywhere above 10%, I'm just a little bit iffy on that. And I don't know why, but there's just something about it that makes me go a little bit iffy. Okay, no, I'll be nice. I'll even turn my blinker on. Here we go. Okay, now I'm no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Guy go on the right? Yes, he is. Okay. Let's go to Autostrada. I legitimately thought that said Australia for a second. I was like, there's no freaking way. That would be hilarious. Could you imagine? I know there's gotta be an Australia mod for this game. And I'm very sure because one, I mean, I said before, this game has a very good community for modding. And two, I think I've seen images of it anyway, so that's why I'm like very certain that there is a mod of Australia. Just like there's a mod for Alaska and a mod for like literally any country that you can think of. It probably exists. It most likely exists. That's how good the game has it with the mods. The community. The people. People that make up the community. Okay. I'm gonna do the whole, let's go this way. Is this open? It's not. Wait, it is. Ah, Nike. Wait, I can still do this. It confused me because it looked like the right was open, but it wasn't. So I was sad about that. Don't hit the oranges. What do you mean trailer damage? Yeah, whatever. Those oranges will be fine. They're protected by layers. They're just like onions and ogres. They have layers. All right. Go this way. Headed towards Niza? Niza? Niza. It's like pizza, except with an N. You know, honestly, now that I am listening to more songs in this playlist, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit, it's better than the other one, but now I'm just like, I probably should find this. I'm still not, let me put it this way, I think I'm still not done on the hunt to find a playlist. So I guess we'll just keep looking, but I'll use this for now. It's much better than the other playlist I was using. Just because it's less intrusive in the stream experience, whatever that means. And boy, oh boy, can I really feel that this is a heavy load because, if you know what I mean, because the acceleration sure ain't happening. It sure ain't accelerating too well. Like I'm driving a truck. Crazy. Ow. 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 I love being in the third person and feeling like I'm hitting those little panels every time. Yeah, I'm not huge for this one either. I mean, I did notice there's a lot of songs in this playlist, so it's probably a very wide variety and range of electronic songs. Some of them in genres that I'm not really the hugest fan of. I can't really blame it too much. Alright, we are headed towards Niza. I mean, we are going to... Oh, is that the Italian translation for nice? Or Nice? That would make sense. Niza, Nice. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we are headed towards Niza. That is actually probably going to be our final destination. Ah, look at those procedurally forming mountains up in the distance, if you notice that. That is a little bit of a pain point I have with this game, is that it has situations like that where it's like, oh yeah, the mountains need to be developed and they just kind of slowly form as you're kind of getting closer to them in the background, and it's like, that just ruins my immersion. Imagine if that was in real life, where as you're driving, you see the procedurally generating mountains, and it's like, that's not right. I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh god, okay, first person. I don't want to have to keep dealing with the... Oh my goodness, it's even worse in first person because it looks like I'm crazy, which I am, for driving this fast in a truck. Specifically in a European truck. If it was an American truck, it would not feel like I'm, like about to crash my truck. It would not feel like I'd be, like, it's gonna disintegrate into pieces. Because that's how it feels like if I drive past, like, 110 miles per hour. It really does feel like I'm about to, like, explode. Explode into a million pieces because of that. Yay, toll paid. I was like, how close am I to crashing into this car? Because I can't see it from here. Okay, folks. Fam and folks. We are honestly pretty... I mean, I did choose a short trip on purpose, excuse me. Just so I can at least get my foot dipped into the region that is called France. Francois. So... we'll slowly make our way over. And then we'll slowly make it to other cities in France. Because it's a big old country, and then we'll head towards Spain. Another big old country. And maybe even go to Portugal, which is not as big of a country. But it is still a country. That is how it works. Another tunnel. Oh, I didn't even notice the, obviously because I don't really drive in first person. There's like a little thing in the dashboard, if you notice that there, that's like, brake needed in 4 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, but I'm sorry. Well, actually, no, that might happen. Oh, we're in France now. Isn't that lovely? Now we're in France. See, isn't it nice when you're going between countries that don't have the border controls and all the border checks? I mean, I think it's mainly due to the fact that European Union, right? So that's kind of a little bit there. Hey, Nice, nicey. Everybody loves the nicey. See, now I'm going like, yeah, like look at, like I mean, if I go first person, literally just like tilting it like that, it just makes it feel like I'm like about to. Oh my god. Okay, well, goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Oh, hey, I'm back. Okay, no, I'm still starting over because that was a big yikes. Please tell me I have a save. Oh, that's not going to be anywhere near my save. Okay, that's fine. We'll suffer the consequences of driving too fast, and we're gonna be back here in Italy. Welcome back, everyone. We're back here. That's a lesson for all you kids out there. Drive safely, or else you're gonna have to go back and reload a previous save that's an hour plus from your previous save, or your current life, and then you'll be very sad that you have to load it, and then look as all the cars and buses pass by you, and even the trucks pass you. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of this. Well, I already said my shtick about this playlist. Not the biggest fan of this one either. But I still slightly prefer it over the old one, so I'll stick with this one until I can find a better one. It's my never-ending journey to find a good playlist to listen to while playing this game. Maybe someday I'll be able to achieve that. Maybe someday. Alright, cars, don't go slow on me now. I think we're about to approach, once again, the tunnels. The tunnels of love. Which means I'm probably gonna have to drive first person from here on out, just so I don't keep hitting the panels like that. First person time. Okay, we're back in the 100 mile. Well, we're not back in the 130 miles per hour. Any slight nudge looks like looks like the truck is about to shake out of oblivion. Hello? Why are we going so slow? Why are you running? Why are you running? Yep, we're just gonna go straight through here, through the oh, actually, thank you for allowing me to go this way so I can get a shortcut. Yonk yonk. Please go faster. Thank you, have a good day. Wait, can I? No, I can't. I was like, can I know I can zoom out. I don't think I can do it with my mouse wheel. I don't know why I thought I could do that. I mean, I can do that in third person. I can't do that in first person. I think you need to set up your field of view and all that, so I'm not gonna bother with that. I'll just deal with this kind of more limited scope of view. It does feel a little bit more limited than what it feels like it should be. Also, oh shoot, I didn't realize I have a navigation down here. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, eyes focus on the road, you crazy man. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see in the background of the navigation is a navigation. That's lovely. This truck really, and I guess I can look around it later, but this truck really does look pretty dang modern, which is pretty cool. And now we are here in France once again. This time maybe we won't crash our truck. Maybe someday. I think this is the last of the tunnel, so we should be good for now. Hey look, it's a camper truck. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Okay, there we go. And now we're back. Hey, we were pretty close too. Like I think not here, but like down, because yeah, this is the downhill, which is why I was able to gather so much speed. This was around the point where I crashed. Oh, I was like less than an hour away. Dang it. Man. Now I learned my lesson on how to drive safely, because otherwise you're endangering yourself to others and others and their lives. Unfortunately for me, this is a fictional game, so I don't care about any of these people's lives. Don't take that out of context. It's like I don't care about I don't care about any people's lives. I shouldn't have repeated that. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I was like right here. Okay. Alright, we're about to approach the Pique. I think that means toll. Based on my intuition, I think this means toll. Please tell me that this is one that goes automatic. It sure looks like it. Not really. Not particularly. Unfortunate. Hate to see it. Back to the first person. Kyonk kyonk. No, please. I'm pressing it. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Have a good day. Kyonk kyonk. Oops. There we go. Is it this exit? I see that it's nice. We're about to approach nice, which you know that means 69. Now we got 36 minutes. It would be even nicer if we had 69 minutes left. Unfortunately, the world is not a just place, and so that is not exactly what's happening here. But maybe 36 minutes ago that would have been the case. Unfortunately, now it's 38 minutes ago. Oh boy, another tunnel. I love tunnels. That's not sarcastic, actually. I kind of do like tunnels. Well, this is a big old tunnel. This is a big, wide tunnel. Perfect for big, wide vehicles. Like me. Or specifically this truck. Hey, I discovered nice. Nice. Nice discovered. Nice cock. Okay. Ooh, let's see. What are we doing here? So, I think I see my exit is over there, so I'm gonna just, oh boy. Oh, hibbity hobbity. Oh no. Okay, maybe I'll just stay here and just be stuck between these two trucks. Think about my life. Honk honk. Oh wow, look at all those houses. That's lovely. Probably won't be able to get near any of them, but at least they're there in the background. Hello, Hyong Hyong. Oh my god, I'm stuck I'm stuck behind the slowest truck in existence, and it's so slow I just crashed into this truck. Okay, that's fine. I'll wait. Well, at least I'm not technically stuck behind the slowest truck in existence now. No, I'm stuck behind this truck, which I hope is not the same. Oh, there's a photo spot. Pause. I saw the photo icon somewhere. It's over there. Oh, it's this. It's the nice, the nice football stadium. Nice meme. Nice football stadium. Yeah, got it. I'm just gonna keep making that joke for every thing that I see here that is like the nice blank. Like the nice town hall. Nice mayor. Nice house. Nice grocery store. Yes, I know it's not pronounced like that, but you know, when it's spelled like that, it's too hard not to make the joke. Alright, people of nice. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna stop now, I'm sorry. Well, we're almost there anyway. Like I said, I don't think we can get any near. I don't think we can get any near the houses that we saw over in the yonder way. But we might get close. Who knows? If I take that route, not the current route that I'm going, but the route that I just kind of skated my way through. That's not fan now. The one drawback about playing this game is that it does make my room pretty hot because it runs at a pretty not terrible temperature, but it's enough to heat up my room a little bit, which is nice during the winter, but during the summer now that's gonna be a problem because let me look at my current thermostat. It is 72 degrees when I normally set it at a good 70, so it's gonna probably go up a few degrees as we keep playing this game though, so that's it's gonna get annoying, especially if it's gonna get super hot. There hasn't been a day, luckily, that's been super hot. The hottest day was probably last Wednesday. It was up to 85, which for those of y'all out there, I think that's probably like, well, I want to say close to 30. Maybe that could be wrong. It did feel like it was in the 90 degrees. So honestly, yeah, 30 degrees Celsius is probably the best way of putting that. But it can get hotter, so I'm not looking forward to those few days when it's just gonna be so hot that it's like not even worth going outside. Which actually we're going to have maybe not one of those days, but we're going to have another day that's also going to be pretty high, high 80s. So luckily that is not during my kickball time. Unfortunately, it also looks like Wednesday might be pretty good chance of rain, so I might have kickball canceled once again, which is kind of sucky because next week is our playoffs. And I don't know if they're going to reschedule that again if it happens to get rained out, so we'll see how that goes. And if it doesn't happen, I might just do a Wednesday stream, so who's to say, you know? Maybe I might do Tuesday, maybe I might do Wednesday. The world may never know. Where do you need it? That is such a narrow place to put it. That's what she said. Or that's what he said. That's what somebody said. Okay. But I can do it because I am a skilled truck driver who has the advantage of third-person omnipresent views, and also that's actually not that bad because I have a little bit of advantage and I can just pull over like this, and then that's actually so easy. Wait, you should give me a hard challenge. This is nothing. This is nothing, game. This is absolute. Okay, well there's trees in the way, which is really awesome. We love that. We love our nature. Oh, wait a second. Okay, and then oh, that counts. No, I'm not gonna. I know technically the game says that counts. I don't want that to count. That feels cheap. I'll actually park it, like, legitimately. Maybe I'll regret my words maybe I'll regret doing this because it might actually turn out that it's gonna be a lot harder now, but I want to be able to actually say I did it. Like, right? That shouldn't seem that hard. Like if I do one of these, hold that, so that the truck goes back here, and then I think I'm doing the same thing I was literally just doing already, which is kind of stupid of me, but that's okay. Yeah, good enough. Good freaking enough. Nice! Or like excellent, excellente actually. Alright, now that we're in France, let's get a freight market going and see where we want to go. London and Great Britain, not particularly. Santander in España. That seems pretty nice, although I do kind of want to explore a little bit of France before we head over this way. Although now that I think about it, I said that this was probably going to be a pretty short stream, so maybe I might want to do a speed run. Go through Montpellier, Toulouse, these cities that I've never actually heard of in my life. I've heard of this one. Wow, look at all these cities that some of which I've heard of. Like Paris, I've heard of Paris. That's a city I know of. Luxembourg. Yeah, Bilbao, Santander, Gijon, Navia, Coruña. Wow, did I roll my R there? I can't actually roll R, so like yeah, I'm gonna have to practice that. Vigo or Barso, Barco, Leon. The nice thing about Spanish names is that I can pronounce them because it's pretty easy to pronounce Spanish, right? There's no like weird laws of pronunciation. Valladolid, Salamanca, Almaraz, Madrid, Teruel, Zaragoza. Interesting. That sounds familiar. Viera, Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona is over here. I did actually not know that Barcelona was a coastal city. I don't know why I didn't think that. I don't know where I thought Barcelona was, but I didn't realize it was over here. That's interesting. Villarreal, Valencia, Murcia, Almeria, Sevilla. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Lisbon. Yeah, I think this might be a good one. We'll go deliver some juice concentrate, and we'll have ourselves a good old time. Is it right here again? It is right here. Wow, I found another trip that was literally the exact same place at which I delivered to. But unfortunately, the way the game works is I have to go all the way back to the front, and then once again, go to the little menu thing, be like, hey, I'm here, and then like they tell me, okay, go back where you once were, and do the thing of attaching it to your truck. So that's wasting me time, but whatever. Actually, before we do that, and actually, maybe what I might do instead, this might seem crazy, but I might actually just, I wish there's a way for me to cancel, like if I kind of wish there was a way for me to cancel the navigation towards the trip that I'm going to or whatever, because I don't want to take that anymore now, because I actually just want to probably do my patented double sleep method and then see what trips might be available. That might be a better idea. I'll just do that instead. Let's go that route. And I'm just going to ignore my navigation right now because it's not going to give me good directions. Also, this is a very curved road. Topsy-turvy. Okay. Welcome back to Nice. Very nice. Excuse me. Oh my god. The bump. The speed bump. You know, the thing that's trying to prevent you from speeding. Why do they make it like that? Making me really hard to actually, you know, like speed and stuff. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Yep, we're on our way. Gonna head towards more of the city, I think. Probably explore it a little bit before we head over to... Before we head to wherever we need to go. And I think there was a little nap zone. There is, right over there. So that's good. I also need to refuel, actually, but I don't see any fuel stations, which is kind of unfortunate. Or, yeah, gas stations. Fuel stations? That's not the word. That's not a thing that exists. That's not the term that is used. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, look, it's another garage. I don't think I have enough money for that anyway. I'm just gonna head over here. Nope, not here. Over here? Yeah, over here. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, we got the repair shop here, which I don't really need that right now because I'm pretty good, pretty set. So let's do our patented strategy. And if I wake up, it should be 6 a.m. based on my calculations, which I hope is correct. It is 6:15. Perfect. It is. Sun is shining, and we are ready to head out to wherever we need to go. Which, let me actually try and figure that out right now. Let me just get my truck stuck, and then we'll see. No, why do I keep picking that? Okay. We are in Nice. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we can... Oh, this is a French island? Oh, or is it? Wait. It's saying that this is technically a French island. That's interesting. Okay. We can go that way, we can go this way, we can go that. Okay, well now I don't have any good jobs anymore. It's kind of unfortunate. Oh, wait, that's good. Barcelona? Sure. Although actually, man, honestly, that one job I had before was pretty good. Now I don't have it, which is making me sad. Big sad. Man, Nice sure doesn't have that many jobs, huh? Kind of unfortunate. You know, here's my thinking. I might take the Barcelona one, try and get a little bit towards Portugal. Maybe if I have some time, I might transport myself back over here and then explore more of France. That might be... Uh-oh, wait, a heavy haul job. Oh, I'm not optimized for heavy cargo. Well, hold on a minute. Let me see if I've unlocked anything to change that so I can get this truck to be better with cargo that's heavy. Let's see. Truck configurator. I'm sure I've unlocked some stuff. That's good for normal cargo. Oh, chassis 6x4. Oh, I do not have that much money though. Maneuverability goes way down. That's fine. Whatever. See, do we have any other better? This stuff. Gonna be in debt if I do that. I'll just stick with this one. Okay. But for the chassis, yeah, I might do that just so I can get the heavier car. Sure, my new maneuverability goes way down, but that's fine with me? Question mark. Okay, well, great. I think we're fine with that then. I think we're gonna be good to go. Wait, what do you mean it's in 1 hour and 21 minutes? Where the heck is this? Where the heck is this job? Oh, it's all the way over here. Oh, well, that's just wonderful. I love that, actually. I love that for me. Alright, we'll make our way. Oh, hell yeah. Look at this new chassis I have. Chassis. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? A train's going by? No, I can beat... No, I can't. Ah, fine. Where's this train? Oh, hey, is that the subway commuter train or whatever? Eurocar... Oh, nope, it isn't. It's the Euro cargo rail. Alright, well, luckily that wasn't that long. Let's go. Okay. Excuse me, honk honk. Thank you. Think trucks get right of way for everything? That's how this world works? I was like, what time is it right now? 7. Okay, like, it is getting kind of dark. Maybe I should turn off my shades. Maybe I should turn off my shades. You know, that's the thing, right? Oh, no. Interesting. I hope there's no invisible walls here. The answer was no, there aren't. Okay, great. But yeah, I might close my shades. Take a quick break to close my shades real quick, so that people don't see that I'm playing this game. Because my god, could you imagine if anybody sees me playing this game? They'd think, what a cool individual. Nah, I don't really care too much, but like, it might get kind of dark outside pretty quick. Although it's still kind of bright outside, which is, again, the nice part about summer, is that it don't get dark very quick, unlike in the winter when it's like 4 p.m. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Alright. Making our way downtown. Actually, no, we're making our way out of downtown. We're actually headed towards the outskirts of Nice. Nice. Genova. See, that's kind of nice. They added like the translation, and then also like the what it's pronounced in, or like what their name of it is in their language. Oh, you know what? I should probably... I think I've already mentioned this. I should refuel. That's also another concern. But I think there should be a fuel station up ahead. And if not, I'm sure we'll find one pretty close. The everlasting struggle of the fact that the fuel containment in this game is in this truck specifically, is way too small. I need to go this way. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Or madam. Oh, what the heck? I did not see that. Even though I should have realized that that was a thing. Well, that's a conundrum. Yeah, I'll back up. Hey, look at all those people. I wonder what they're thinking. That crazy truck hit them. And a crazy person would do that. Probably one that couldn't see what was right in front of them because they had the point of view like this. What a crazy individual. Okay. What does that sign mean? I don't know. Is that a sign that means I can pass cars if they're too slow? Because I sure hope that's what that means. It could also mean the complete opposite, which I'm kind of leaning towards, given that there's a solid line, and usually solid lines indicate that no pass, and also this would not be a good place to pass because I can't really see that far ahead of me. So naturally, that leads me to believe that there's no passing here allowed, which has never stopped me before, so I'm going to do it anyway. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to pass this car and hope for the best. Goodbye. And I did it. I'm a winner. Pro gameplay. Gonna go through this roundabout like an individual, and VM carrier in Nicey. And we're almost there. The road that was only designed for the purpose of getting to this carrier. The only reason why we're going. Please. Okay, screw the rules, I have money. Well, barely. Ooh, nice house. Nice house. That was involuntary. I didn't mean to actually make that joke. I was just like, oh, that looks like a nice house, and then I was like, oh wait, jokes. It's not even a funny joke. Okay. What is this supposed to be? Rock or toilet paper? What's going on here? This does not look right. Or is this supposed to be cotton or something? I'm like, oh my gosh. We're here. Almost. We're almost here. Hello, I'm here to deliver your whatchamacallit. I don't know what it was. Juice concentrate or whatever. What the That was weird. Car actually just slipped. Or why do I keep calling it a car? It's a truck. God dang it. It's a goddamn. This is a truck simulator, not car simulator. I don't know why I keep calling it a car. Anyway, we're here. Hello, honk honk. I'm here to deliver your stuff. Whatever it was. I think it was juice concentrate. It's stone dust. Well, that's boring. I like the juice concentrate better. I think that was what I was supposed to deliver before I made the executive decision to just go sleep instead, which is usually a good decision, and I still think it's a good decision. Although I kind of regret doing it, especially since that route seemed a little bit more funner than the current path I'm about to go down. But can't live too much with regretting life's choices. We just gotta keep on trucking. Pun intended. Okay. Boy, that's an interesting looking trailer. I'm gonna back my way in. Back it up. Backing up. Backing up. Okay, great. Love that for me. E. T for Terry. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Alright, just how heavy could this be? That's not that heavy. Guess we'll see though. Also, man, 25 tons of stone dust. God dang, that's gotta be a lot. That's a lot of stone dust. It fits all in this, I don't want to say little, but this trailer. That's interesting. Make more sense if it was like a double trailer or something, but then if it was a double trailer, I would not probably be accepting this job, because imagine trying to carry a double trailer through these European roads. That sounds like hell, and I'm not about that life, so I'm just gonna do this instead. Oh, it is absolutely heavy. I definitely feel it, because you know why? The acceleration is absolutely terrible. But I'm also in an uphill, so that also is probably the thing. But even then, it's just like, oof. This does not feel like I'm going very fast. Which apparently I'm going past the speed limit. But the speed limit's 30, so screw the rules. Screw the rules, I have money. Screw the rules, I have green hair. Okay. Nice houses. Nice building. Nice roundabout. Nice sign. Alright, let's make our way out of nice so I can stop making these jokes. Ah, see, look at all those houses. Look at that nice mountain. I'm not... Here's the thing. You may think I'm making these jokes on purpose. I'm actually not. Well, some of them more, but at this point I'm not, because I'm just like, it just looks pretty good. I'll just put it that way. It just looks pretty good. I will not be using that word from now on. In fact, I'm banning myself from using the word for the rest of the stream. So, no more Mr. Good Guy. Instead, we're just going to stick to adjectives that are similar to it, but not really the same as it. The exact same, at least. So goodbye, Nice. It was nice visiting you. We're heading over to España. I think we're going to Barcelona. I think that was the destination. Hauling a whole ton of stone dust, which I don't think it'd be good to breathe, so maybe I should be wearing a mask right now. But if I'm wearing a mask, the tracking ain't gonna work, so maybe I should just find one in not in real life, but in virtual life. But any hoosers. Okay, slow the frick down, turn, thank you, have a good day. Oh, all my momentum's gone, dang it. Oh no, there's an uphill, my worst enemy, an uphill. Oh boy, please go faster. The speed limit is 110 and I'm going probably like a quarter of that. Actually, that's not probably, I was going a quarter of that. Oh, what are procedurally generating rocks? Holy shit, it's actually procedurally generated rocks. I love procedurally generated rocks. Those are my favorite items in this game. I have no other words for that. I have no other words to piggyback off of that, so I'm just gonna move on. Anyway, we're back to the big tunnel. Oh, I know why, because we went this way to get to the center of the town, and then we went to the outskirts, and now we're headed back towards the center. See, you can see it, it's right there, Nice, right? Nice. Is it? How is it actually pronounced? I actually am not sure if that's actual pronunciation. I know the word of which I'm not allowed to speak is not the pronunciation, because otherwise there would be way too many jokes about it. More so than there already are, actually. But not sure what the actual pronunciation is. Pronunciation, whatever. Yeah, the way you say it. Well, maybe I'll figure that out eventually. I could do that right now and just distracted driving myself, but there's a bit of traffic, so that's probably not the best idea. So instead, I'm going to be a responsible citizen and drive like a normal person. And by that, I mean I'm going to drive 105 kilometers per hour and just keep on accelerating, because I want to test the limits of this truck. And I can tell you right now, this truck is not handling it very well, actually. It's actually not even doing it at all. It is, in fact, I probably need to slow down, or else it's probably going to tip over, despite the fact that I'm actually not even going that fast. Woo. Hey, look, it's some apartment buildings. Very good. Yeah, see, it's like, it's very leaning. Like, oh no, I'm not even going, yeah, I'm only going 100 kilometers. And like, hit lean when I turn like that. Like, some of the wheels don't make contact with the streets. And that's usually the first sign that you're gonna lean, and then you're gonna fall over. And falling over equals bad. So don't do that, kids. Don't fall over. Remember, hydrate, stay in school, and don't fall over. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this. Alright. Oh my goodness, here we go. Is this the correct way? No, it isn't. Oh, are you kidding me? There's no like automatic, like, oh, you don't have to stop, we'll just let you go. I have to actually just straight up, no matter what, just pay. Like this, just stop and go, stop and frisk. Oh, come on. Come on, lad. Thank you, start the toll road. By the way, I'm curious, how much percent of... There's no way... Okay, well, the question first before I go into the whole dialogue, so I don't confuse everyone. What percentage of the map do you think I've completed? Because I think I have not done that much of the map. I have all of the DLCs for this game specifically, so it's a whole bunch of area. I've said before, I barely touched a lot of the countries, any of the cities. There's so much I have left unexplored. If I had to bet, I'd say 7%. My first guess was 5%, but that felt a little too low. Wait, let me pause real quick and see what percentage of the map have I explored. 11.19%. Okay, a lot more than I thought, actually. That's still, I mean, that's still a tenth of the map. So that's still, like almost 90% of the area that I have not even touched / explored, including the area I'm going through right now. But that just goes to show this game has a lot to offer, especially if you buy the map DLCs. There's a lot of unexplored territory out there, and they're still making more. I mean, they have the Nordic countries that they're working on that's hopefully going to come out soon, hopefully this year. And then they also have Iceland that's going to come out, that they announced pretty recently. Like, I want to say a few days ago, actually, so... It is one that I'm very excited for, Iceland. Iceland is going to be so beautiful. Like, between all the volcanoes, and the nature, and the lack of ice, because this game is set in summer. But also the fact that it's going to be, like, very sunny for most of the day in that game, because, again, it's set in summer. So, that's going to be fun. Also, I'm going very slow because of my heavy load. That's what I said. But yeah, I can go 90 kilometers, but I'm accelerating now, but I was decelerating for a second. I was big sad about that. Well, at least I'm in the right lane, so they know if they want to pass me, they can do that. I don't know what the hell's up with this truck though, and the whole not being in the right lane. But I'm sure they'll get there eventually. Oh, not speaking of which, but this is something that just came up again, or something that just came to my mind. If y'all are wondering how I'm doing on my little part-time thing that I'm doing, the part-time training, to hopefully get the part-time gig, to hopefully, maybe, if I still don't have a job by then, get an analyst gig. It's alright. I'm not gonna lie. So this week's game was definitely a harder one just because there were so many plays that I had to review. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, American football, there's this kind of site called Pro Football Focus. They do a lot of kind of giving out grades for players based on how they perform within their given game plan. Now that's kind of hard given that, you know, that game plan is not publicly known. So they do a lot of stuff with like kind of like some kind of home proprietary method of figuring out like what contributions a player should have had, what they actually did, that sort of thing. And so one of the things there is they have apparently a position to of part-time data collectors. And so there's this whole, well, first of all, there's the process that you have to apply for. And then once you do get into that, then you're assigned into either one of two categories of data collection. And then you have to go through this whole process, about 5 or 6 weeks of training, which I'm in the middle of right now. We're heading towards the end of it. I want to say this is either the second to last week, or this upcoming week is either going to be the second to last week or the last week. No, it's the second to last week because, yeah, second to last week, and then the last week is the live training to see if we can handle whatever that they need. But basically my role and the role of my gig is to label which players are on the field as well as their positions, which are usually relative to other players, or relative based on other players on the field. So for example, a cornerback to a wide receiver, a slot cornerback to a slot wide receiver, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, sure, but like, and also the bridge we just passed is beautiful, by the way. I think that's an aqueduct. The based on where the offensive linemen are, and then where the defensive linemen line up relative to the offensive linemen, whether they're a nose tackle or defensive tackle or a left end versus a, you know, that sort of thing, and then versus like a linebacker sort of deal. So you think, oh, I'm running out of fuel. Oh, I never refueled. Whoopsies. Uh-oh. Oh no. Do I have any fuel stations coming up? Please tell me yes. Oh boy. It does not look like I'm gonna have to come up with a fuel station anytime soon. When is this one? Hour 55. There's no way. Well, rickety dickety. Dang it, we just passed by one. I might have to stop by here real quick, Marseille, just to get to this fuel station. An hour and 12 minutes. That's still far, but that's less far than the other one. So we'll go there. We'll take a quick pit stop. Hopefully I should have enough fuel to last me for another hour, which, knowing how much fuel is in these tanks, is not that much, so I'm a bit worried. Worst case, I'm gonna have to pay to get it towed to the fuel station or some shenanigans like that. Anyway, back to my whole shtick. So you think that the whole player labeling thing is pretty easy, but it's actually pretty hard because of the way that you don't have full access of camera lengths or camera views. You only have the broadcast view, so it's hard to be able to kind of tell where players are. There's lots of different cases with regard to like motion and different aspects of plays that can mess up like what position the player's in. And so it's a lot of work to try and figure out, kind of a lot of training for sure. And I will not lie, I have made my fair share of mistakes. This week in particular, again, we had a game that was very very play heavy. There was tons of plays, lot of interesting like little looks on the offense. So I did make a fair share of mistakes, which is making me think maybe I won't be able to get kind of, I guess, hired for the part-time position, which I'm not really too hung up about, if I have to be completely honest, given the fact that I have the two companies I'm currently interviewing for. Again, this could change though in the matter of a few days when, you know, if they ever do give any updates and like, oh wait, actually never mind, we don't want you by, and then I'm back to square one. So maybe my mindset might change, but as of right now, I'm kind of not too hung up on the fact that I might not get this job or the part-time position, which will be fine because then I won't have to spend my Saturdays doing this stuff. But it does seem like a pretty interesting opportunity, which is why I applied in the first place. That and the whole idea that apparently all their data analysts were at one point part-time data collectors, so it's like it gives you kind of a leg up into that company. So either way, I'm just I spent a lot of time, I think it was last Tuesday and Wednesday, doing that, hammering that down. I'm gonna also be doing that next in the upcoming Tuesday as well, which means I'll just say that more likely than not, I probably won't be streaming on Tuesday just because my mind's gonna be all mush from doing all that work. Work in air quotes. It's still kind of work though, let's be honest. So yeah, it's ooh, we're in Marseille, nice. And this is kind of nice because we get to discover a new city, so it's kind of a hidden bonus. But we'll see how that goes. There's still time, and apparently, I don't know how well I'm doing relative to other people. Who knows? Maybe I'm actually doing very well compared to most people, and it turns out most people actually really suck at this job. And so me even making like the one mistake per play is still better than most people, and so that might be a good sign. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't have any benchmarks or frame of references to really track it towards, so I'm just kind of hoping for the best, and we'll see how it goes. There are a lot of times I make just stupid mistakes on stuff that I shouldn't have made stupid mistakes on, but there are also times where I just did not really have a great concept of some understandings of concepts. So like when a player is a tight end versus when they're a fullback, if they're too far like in the offense, it's like to the point of where they're literally right behind the offensive line, then they're a fullback, versus if they're kind of off the edge of the line, then they're more of a tight end. I made the mistake this week of not trusting the camera angles enough and thinking that they're fullbacks when they're really tight ends. The other big mistake I ran into was I had a mistake 2 weeks ago where I mislabeled linebackers and thought they were linebackers instead of slot corners, and then I overcorrected thinking that every player that was kind of outside of the defensive line that was covering the slot receiver was a slot corner, when in fact that not usually, but that kind of wasn't the case, because most of the time, if they're not, there's like a weird rule where if you're not halfway between the edge player and the wide receiver. Anyway, I'm getting to weird semantics. Basically, there's a whole thing there. So, all to say, I've learned the errors of my ways, and hopefully that means that next week I will be doing much better. And I need to remember to take breaks and not do everything at once, which I do eventually have to do, but like right now I just feel like sometimes I'm overwhelming myself with doing it too much at once, and then that leads to me making the stupid mistakes that I've been making. So that's where we are with that. Not sure if I'm gonna get hired. We'll see. In about, I think 2 weeks is when it's over, so stay tuned for that, I guess. Alright, while we refueled, we're gonna head back over to where we need to go. I want to say I think this is probably going to be it. This is probably going to be the final trip. Like I said, I wanted to plan for this to be around a 3-hour stream. We're headed towards 2 hours 40, and given that there's like about 7 hours left in this trip, I want to say that we should be hitting that 3-hour mark by the time this trip is over, which is kind of unfortunate because I did want to. What did I hit? Oh, I didn't even see that car. Which is unfortunate because I did kind of want to get a little bit further into west, into like Portugal and stuff. But we still made some pretty good progress into new areas. So who knows? Oh, I almost crashed into that car again. So who knows? But we will see. We will see what the future holds for us. For this game at least. Whether or not I will even stream showing me, whether I will stream me going to new areas or not. Or whether I'll just do it by myself off stream. Probably the first thing. Most likely. Although I can't really guarantee save that for sure. Okay, water break. Man, this car's going just slow enough to where it's being a bit too slow, but it's faster than me trying to pass it, so... I always hate when that happens, when there's like the car in front of you that's like just too slow, but like they're being that guy to where it's like you can barely go fast enough to pass them, so it's not really worth the effort. The other issue is that, did that truck just crash into that car? Wow, what a jabron. Don't even think about it. Don't even think, brother? No, okay. That truck was about to create another accident again, which is not what we're here for. We're here to have a good time with truck simulation. And crashing into, oh, say, can you see? Okay. Yeah, hold on just 1 second. I know yeah, well, 20 minutes? Yeah, screw it. I'm not gonna care. Uh-oh. Ow. I was gonna be like, you know what? I did mention earlier I did need to close my shades. I don't care. People can see what they see. People can see me doing the truck simulations. So we'll just go about it that way. And I'm gonna end anyway in relatively soonish, so that's fine with me. I'm whatever. I'll just keep going with this. Alrighty. Man, look at all these areas that I can't explore because they closed it off. I'm gonna go this way. Wee. Ow. Wee. There we go. Right over here. Back to Nisei. Nisei Monogatari. I still need to watch the Monogatari series, or finish it at least. I've watched Nisei. I've watched Bakemonogatari. I've watched Kisei Monogatari, the movie series. I think I'm up to some episodes of Neko. What is going on here? Did this truck crash into this individual? It sure looks like it. What a jabroni. I say that as someone who's crashed into multiple cars in this game. I'd like to clarify that. Not gotten into any accidents, IRL. But I do need to, yeah, back to the Monogatari story. The Monogatari talk. I do need to definitely finish it. At some point, I know there is a whole bunch of seasons. I know because one of my friends who actually works as a manga editor, not Japanese manga editor, he's like English manga editor, so he like helps with like figuring out which titles to pick, which members to create like a team of like for like translating and like lettering and stuff, and then helping out with like translation here and there. But he's a huge fan of the Monogatari series. I want to say it's I think it is his favorite. So he is pretty well versed in all that knowledge of that series. And so I always feel like, man, I really should watch it. Because I have enjoyed it. The episodes that I have watched, which is quite a bit. I mean, it's like 2.5 seasons worth of content. I guess not counting the movies, that's more like 3 seasons worth of content. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it. I just don't. I think it goes back to the whole idea of, man, I really have all these anime that I'm really interested in, but I just cannot find the motivation in me to really watch them, which is kind of weird. because of reasons I mentioned way too many times before, so maybe I might just suck it up and do the thing of let's just turn it on and just put it in front of your face so that you can be forced to watch it, sort of thing. Anyways, similar to the oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, that was so misleading. That was misleading. I did not like how the navigation was like, oh, you go, nope, not that way. Well, I almost went the wrong way, like an idiot. Luckily, I course corrected at the last second and did not crash into anybody, I think. But yeah, no, similar to the Uma Musume movie, which again, status update on that, still haven't watched it, we'll do that eventually. Don't you worry your pretty little selves about that. I will make it an effort to try and watch it by the time that the game comes out, the English game at least, which I can't believe it's coming out in less than a week, right? Because it's like what is today? Today's the 15th, and it's coming out on the 26th, so yeah, in like about more than a week, like 11 days, I think. It's the 26th, right? I need to remember what the actual date is so I can like plan ahead for a stream of that or something, but that will be pretty exciting, won't it? It will be pretty exciting. Hello, Hong Kong. What? Am I not? Am I not? Really? Really? There we go, jeez. Hong Kong. Okay. Alright. Man, I've said this before. The number of tolls that I need to go through in this game is a bit annoying, especially with all the stopping and starting, especially if I'm carrying this heavy load that I need to just take so long just to accelerate to the speed that I want to go to, only for then me to stop at another toll and then repeat the whole process over again. It's a whole bunch of... It's slow going. I don't know. It's fine. I think it's just teaching me patience. I just need to be patient. I can't just be driving 130 miles. Well, yeah, I can't drive 130 miles per hour. That's way too fast. 130 kilometers per hour just to get to my destination quicker. Sometimes you just gotta take it nice and slowly. You just gotta learn when to enjoy the journey, not the destination, you know? Just enjoy the nature, enjoy driving, enjoy being a truck driver. That's what this game is really about. I hope you're going this way, because I sure am too. I'm headed to Montpelier. Which, isn't that like the capital of Vermont? That shares the name with the capital of Vermont, I think. Montpelier? Montpelier? Something like that. Maybe it's not the exact same, but it sure sounds very similar. Oh no, slow the frick down. There we go. That was like very close to just tipping over there for a second. Which honestly, if that happened, I might have actually just quit stream and just been like, ah, screw it, we're done. We're done. That's a bad sign. It's a sign that I'm just bad at driving, because that's it's 100% self-inflicted on me, but I'm just gonna blame that on forces that are other than me, while acknowledging that it was in fact mostly me. Anyway. See, now I've finally reached the speed that I need, but now we're going on an uphill that is reducing my speed, so now I'm back to the speed limit, and I'm just loving it so far. This is really awesome. I love it. I love decelerating when I'm in the highest gear that it possibly can be, which in this case is the 12th gear. In American Truck Simulator, it's the 18th gear. Just because I know those trucks can go way faster. I mean, obviously, no shit, Sherlock. But like, oh, hey, look, didn't I just mention? It's like, as soon as I reach the speed that I want to go to, we suddenly entered another toll. I swear to goodness gracious. Stop. In the name of the law. And also, yeah, the brakes in this game ain't the air brakes in ATS, so it takes a little bit of time and distance for everything to load and stop. There we go. Please let me through. I paid my toll. Thank you. Ligru Duroy Galargs Lay M. I totally understand that. That is correct. I can confirm. Oh no, this song has vocals, and by vocals it has the I can handle this much. I've handled enough streams where I've had straight up rapping and vocals and the cringiest lyrics. This is a nice breath of fresh air more than anything. Hey, procedurally loading trees, my favorite. There was like, I saw in like the very background, it was like right over there, past all the other trees. Oh my goodness, what is with? Are you seeing in the map all the different like branches of this rest stop here? What is going on? That's a bit crazy. I don't know about that one. That's kind of bananas. Also, man, it is definitely getting very hot here. I mean, no shit. The computer be blowing out hot air. It means that it get hot, which means I turn on fan now. And I'm probably gonna have to turn on my air conditioning, or the cooler, air conditioning, AC, whatever. I don't know what to really refer to it as. Because I don't think it's technically not an AC from what I see, and you see probably. Except you probably don't see it, so who's to say? But it's probably gone up a little bit, so excuse the breaking of my neck while I turn and see. Yep, 73 degrees. So that's a little bit toastier than I like it in here. Thanks to my computer heater, my heater computer. Oh shoot, we're about to pass Ika. Trying to see if I can find Ika. I thought I saw it, but then I just realized that was a random office building. There it is, Ika. aka literally just IKEA. Literally just IKEA. I've talked before about my... I do love... maybe love is a strong word. I like IKEA. Nice. You know? It's fun to walk around, pretend that you own enough square feet in your home, in your living arrangements to be able to... And like, own a home in the first place to be able to make all these kinds of purchases of like appliances and like all the kind of home stuff. Sure, there's still stuff that you can buy even if you live in an apartment, but I'm talking about when you're walking around like the showroom and there's all these like kind of example rooms and like bedrooms and like the living room and kitchen, bathroom and stuff, and it's just like all the different things that you can install there, and you're like, wow, I can't really do any of that if I'm renting a place, but I can imagine at least. And yeah, it's fun to walk around and see all the different stuff and eat at the food court, get your meatballs and lingonberries. Good times, good times. Hey look, it's another toll. Good God. How many goddamn tolls are there? Oh, this was probably the wrong choice. Back we go again to first person. Is there not... Oh wait, I just chose the... Oh, I'm so stupid. I chose the wrong option. Because the one literally to the left of me is the automatic, and I'm just sitting here like a jabron, just stopping and going every few feet. My mistake. That's stupid of me. Hello? Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's stupid. I didn't realize that. Yeah, okay. Next time, because this is the start of another toll road, so we're about to hit another toll in approximately another hour. Then we'll be on our merry way of not having to stop. Yeah, furniture stores. Honestly, low-key kind of do like going to like furnishing stores, home, like, I don't know what the equivalent of it would be in other countries, but like home goods and like those kinds of stores, like all the different kinds of like, maybe Crate and Barrel, maybe not the best example, but like, yeah, Crate and Barrel, Sur La Table, Sur La Table, however you pronounce it. All those stores are honestly ones I really kind of enjoy going to and just looking around and stuff. Sure, I probably won't buy most, if not any of it, and even if I do, I probably won't use it that often. Although if I'm gonna buy it, I probably will use it a little bit. But even then, it's still kind of just fun to look around and be like, oh, look at this little doohickey, or look at this little thing that they got. And it's like, wow, home improvement. I've always thought that I've had some interest in interior design, only to realize that I have no eye for it. Because thanks to the Apple experiment, it made me realize I cannot visualize color in my head that well. Like, sure, I can imagine that the apple is red, only because but like, if I really try to imagine in my head, it's hard for me to really differentiate, like, see color within the apple that's within the imagination of my head, which is better than some people, like the people who have aphantasia, who can't even just who can't imagine anything at all. But it did make me realize that, dang, that explains a whole lot about why I'm terrible when it comes to anything like color coordination wise. I cannot visualize it that well in my head. So there's that whole, I don't know if it's a psychological game or like some sort of game where it's like you try to match, like you have a color, like literally the word of a color, like pink, red, blue, and then the color itself, and you have to see whether you have to like press true or false depending on whether the color and the actual word match. So if it's like a pink, if it's if it's like the word pink and it's in pink, then that's true. If it's like the word red but it's in blue, then that's false. And it always took me a little bit to kind of do those ones, because I guess there's a little bit of lot more thinking for me that has to kind of go into it. It's not just something innate being like, oh, blue equals this in my mind. It's just like, oh yeah, blue is associated with this, and so it has to be a little bit more of a delay in that aspect. It is kind of interesting though, because it's definitely something I didn't really realize until pretty late, and that Apple experiment definitely did help with that. It also made me realize my dreams as a graphic designer and anything like color coordination, like interior designs, that sort of stuff, will never be met. Big sad face. Who knows, maybe someday I might take something on that. I don't know, taking something or like do research into interior design stuff. That always seems like that always has kind of interested me, so I'm like, I might as well read into it. It doesn't need to be like a whole class or anything. It could be like a nice little, here we go again. It can be a nice little, like, just kind of looking into how that kind of the concepts of that work. I'm sure there might be some like online classes or something that I can do for that, which might be pretty interesting. So maybe someday. Oh, I just saw, oh, there was an accident. I want to say that was 100% the yellow car's fault, because it literally just ran it. There was no sudden movements by the red truck there. It just crashed into it. And even the AI gets into accidents. Barcelona, for 192 kilometers to Barcelona, aka another 2 hours 33 minutes. For some reason, I'm already tired despite the fact that it's only 4:28. What the hell's going on here, brother? Well, I'll handle it. It's fine. I'll just honestly do the delivery. There's only 2 hours 30 minutes left, so we're just gonna keep on going. And if I do happen to crash, that'll be good content, I guess. So, you know, we'll just stick with it. But yeah, Barcelona, honestly, one of the few places that I actually have wanted to go to. I know I've talked with my mom about like doing like some sort of like trip to kind of Europe, because she's actually, I don't want to say she's never gone, but like she wasn't with me when I did my trip around like Switzerland and Paris. So that is something that could be kind of interesting. Hey, and we're just about to enter Spain, España. But yeah, Barcelona does seem like it's a pretty fun place to visit, so I would definitely be interested in doing that, among other cities that are kind of around the region. And do a nice little visit there, because yeah, I've never been to Spain. Only been to the 2 countries that I went to in Europe, which I guess is a lot than other. Ooh, what? Look at that! Oh my God, we got a basketball we got a soccer court, soccer field, soccer pitch. There's like alpacas, llamas, whatever are down there. That was pretty fun. Nice little random touch. Yeah, look at that. See, we got the city. Dang, that's pretty. Oh, fudger nutter. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Only 3% trigger damage. That's whatever. Okay, hold on. When did it last save? This is what happens when you are distracted. 16. First of all, let me delete the save. That's fine. If worse comes to worse, I'll probably just get a penalty for the percentage of damage I had on my trailer. But whatever, man. I can still drive relatively fine. That wasn't actually that much damage, surprisingly. Autopista de Monte something. Lovely. While we're here in good old España, I know I'm tired. It's fine, don't worry about it, shut up. I'm 2 hours to my destination anyway, so don't worry about it. Hey look, it's a bus. Right behind me to the left. Right behind me to the left. That's not contradictory at all. Do not get to the left lane, thank you. Hello, police car, I'm totally not speeding, thank you, bye. Oh, actually that's helpful. Wait, dang it, why did you go to the left lane that quickly? Oh, there's a toll coming up, I should probably stop. Very carefully, thank you. Okay, where the frick do I go here? What's the best way to... Oh, the trucks go here. Great, love that for me. Please tell me it goes right here, thank you. I was gonna say, there was like a very short, like they were blocking off the entrances to those tolls to the left, and I was like, there's no way a truck can go through that. Something's gotta give. So that was not the path I need to go to. La Jonquera. Mirasol? La Jonquera? I see. Yeah, I see, not see, senor. Oh my God, look at the people. Look at the people walking through the walkway. That's attention to detail. Ooh, look at the... I think that... Isn't that like... That might be an aqueduct? Or it could just be a bridge. No, I'm pretty sure that's like an aqueduct type of situation. That's always fun. I learned about those in my Latin class. Or maybe it was my history class. I don't even know at this point. Maybe that is just a bridge, actually. Who's to say? It kind of does look like one, but like some aqueduct. It kind of does look like the aqueducts I've seen before, though. But I could be wrong. I'm just an ignorant American who knows nothing about the other countries of the world. Except for South Korea. I don't know too much about South Korea. And Japan to an extent, I guess. And I guess... But you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Never mind. Like, I know about a few countries. Not just America. Let's get on with it. Look at that graffiti. Tisk tisk. Tut tut. Tut tut. Did anybody actually really... The thing with... I don't know why I'm going to this tangent, but like, with crosswords, that's a pretty common one, tisk. As like a... There's... I talked about this before, right? Because I do crosswords. There's definitely like words that show up more often than others just because they're very convenient for like using for other kind of crosses to create other words. So Oreo is like a big example of that, where it's like Oreo is pretty common as a clue. What else? Like the old word for before, which is like ERE, like the poetic before, like that's a huge clue for a lot of crosswords. But yeah, Tisk is surprisingly one that I've seen a lot of as well. It's kind of interesting. Which actually, no, that does kind of make sense. The K is kind of a little bit harder to use, but the T and the S are pretty common letters, so that's one I can definitely see. And a reason why that maybe Olay is another pretty common one as well. Like, oh, cheer in a football stadium, Olay, you know, that kind of thing. That's a pretty common crosswordese. Yeah. There's like people who are like, man, like, it's, or how do I put that? It's not that it's, there's always people that are appreciative of when a creator of a crossworder, crossworder, what would be a good term for that? When the person who creates a crossword is like, generally doesn't have to rely so much on those kinds of weird crosswordese, either the ones that are like way too common or the ones that are never actually used in real life but just kind of happen to fit within the constraints of that puzzle. They just kind of create this sort of clue to kind of go along with that. I'm thinking of stuff where it's just like fill in the blank of like Allah, or like I'm trying to think of a good example of like a weird crosswordese like that, but generally speaking, those are ones I don't really like. The other issue is like with proper names and stuff, proper nouns, so like names of people, like actors and like, yeah, like famous people and things. Those can be really tricky, especially if you're not familiar with that. And so I've always never, oh, Barcelona, nice, Conquistador. I've never really liked when they do that, just because a lot of the time it refers, I mean, sometimes it refers to stuff like sports, which, hey, I'm all down for that because I'm a huge sports nut. But sometimes it's stuff like movies and TV shows and stuff of which I've never watched before, and it's referring to actors that I've never heard about before. So it's like, oh my god, wow, look at what we got here. Look at to the left, we got the little nice structure. Also, ooh, photo op coming up. Right about here. Oh wait, it's blocked off by the ah shoot, it's blocked off. That's unfortunate. You hate to see it. Wait, can I go through? Let me see if I can go through the walls. Wait, I can take a photo of this. Technically, this counts as the photo, except it's not even showing it at all. That's hilarious. I'm not gonna do that though. I'll just try and get out of this tunnel, and then maybe it might show up outside here. I sure hope so. Okay. I also noticed there's a cutscene, but it's on the other side of the street, so I can't really get to that, unfortunately. Maybe now I can get to that photo zone. See? Is that the tax? There's no way this is the taxation office. Probably over there. Here, let me see how far I can go before it cuts me off. Oh, I see it. It's like right over there. Yeah, there's no way. I'm not gonna take a picture of that because that's not a good picture. Okay. Alright, we're 5 minutes there. We're almost there, and we're just about wrapping up the stream as well because it's past 3 hours, so just how much I wanted it to be, which works out well. Unfortunately, we didn't get as far as I wanted to go, but there's always next time, so I think next time we play this game, I'm going to try and make an effort to explore more of Spain and France, try and get to Portugal as well, and then I think that means we pretty much generally covered most of the directions that this whole map expansion has to offer, so it'll be pretty good start at least, and then I won't feel so obligated to have to like stream all of what I'm doing in this game, and then maybe I can start playing this game off stream and actually start making progress that way. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice for me? And then maybe we can get back to American Truck Simulator and I can show y'all what I've been doing in that game off stream, which isn't much, but like I'm working towards trying to buy a second truck. one that can specialize in something rather than just trying to have a one-size-fit-all sort of thing. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, hold on a minute. Careful about what we're doing. Excuse me, thank you. Oh, that's gonna hit the wall definitely. Surprisingly, didn't, or maybe it did and it didn't. It just said that it didn't, which is fine by me. Hello, I'm here to deliver your stolen goods. Where do you need it? Right over there. That's not too bad. Good. Oh wait, this actually might be pretty bad. Here, I'll do something like this. I'll do some crazy maneuvers like this, which will help me get to this, and then that. For these. Or these. And then that'll at least get us a good start. Alright, come on, back up, back up, back up, back up, back the frick up. Oh, that's too much, too much, too much, too much, too much, too much, much, too much. Uh-oh, wait a second. Oh no, hold on, stop, stop, stop yourself. Okay, sure. Much better, okay. And correct. Where's correct? Oh, wait a second. Ah, schneckies. That's fine, actually. This is actually probably better, because then I can do this, back all the way forward here. That's definitely not it, but what I can do is I can do what I would normally do if I was driving a car and kind of back towards this way, make my way, and that way, this way, and then that should be, oh, I'm a bit too left actually. I know I'm getting tired, it's fine, don't worry about it, I'm almost done. Shut up. Wait a second, that's the wrong way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, okay. I went a bit too far to the right, so let me course correct again. Good. Right around here. Yes, perfect. And then I just got back up. Back up nice and slowly. Make sure I don't accidentally bump myself into... What are you doing? No. What are you doing? Why are you going that way? And course correct again. Keep course correcting. What are you doing? Oh, please tell me that's gotta be good enough. Yes, okay, there we go. Easy. Alright, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, and it's very dark outside. Alright, good stuff, everybody. And I got another ADR training apply. Alright, I think that's gonna be good enough for me. Yeah, I think we got a good set going, so that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna probably not, well, we'll see if I feel the need to stream on Tuesday. Maybe not feel the need, but whether I feel like I want to stream on Tuesday, most likely may not happen. If the weather forecast is to be trustworthy, maybe it might mostly be a Wednesday stream, which is rare, but that actually might be a thing that, because here's the thing, my kickball team is actually going to be starting playing on Tuesdays starting next week, so my schedule is actually going to be a bit more weirder in that I might actually not be ever streaming on Tuesdays and maybe go back to like the Wednesday, Thursday maybe, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll make a formal announcement about that once that time comes, but for now, we'll see whether any streams come about during the week. Always keep an eye out on my Twitter, Blue Sky. I will be posting about any streams there. But until then, I think that's pretty much it for announcements on my end, so thank you all so much for watching. As always, this has been Chino the Penguin. I will see you all hopefully in a future stream, and if not, well, we'll see. But anyway, hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and until next time, I will see you all later. Goodbye.